And here we are. Hopefully everybody can see and hear me out there. It's hard to tell. We've got a smaller audience because this special edition of the Winestream is being put on just for friends of the show. We're very, very grateful to have you all. I'm Uncle Kage, but you already knew that. If you didn't know that, what the hell are you doing here? How did you get the link? I want to know who talked. But again, this is a very, very special edition of Winestream just for folks that we count on to help keep it going as our way of saying thanks to you. Now, when I say our and we and things like that, hang on, there's a guy over here. Let me get rid of him. Yes, who am I talking about? I'm talking about, of course, myself and this lovely bottle that I have here. Also, I've got the camera on a wide angle because, well, it's a holiday weekend and you never know who or what might come stumbling through the door. So in case any visitors show up, I just want to be ready and not have to redo the camera. And if no visitors show up, well, that's my life. So this evening, before I get started on telling you what's been going on, I have this lovely Peas Porter's Mikkelsberg. I'm going to get that close. There's a little story behind that there. This is, of course, in the Mosel Valley. You all know that I like the Mosel wines. Peas Porter Mikkelsberg. The finest quality Rieslings are the ones that come from Peasport. They're the Peas Porter Rieslings. So that name carries a lot of weight. Apparently in the town of Mikkelsberg, somebody got the idea that the guys over in Peasport, they had not actually trademarked the name. So they kind of started saying, oh, ours is a Peas Porter too. It's a Peas Porter Mikkelsberg. That's sort of like saying a California champagne. It's not to say that it's a bad Mosel, but it's just one that isn't quite got the oomph that the ones that the Peas Porters have. This is, of course, if you look more closely at the label, the particular variety is Cabinet. You see Kabinett. Cabinet is a German word that describes how long the grapes have been on the vine. And the particular appellation Cabinet is basically a German shorthand for saying, this is the good stuff, I'm going to keep it in the cabinet so my relatives don't find it when they come to visit. So that's how you know that you got good wine. But I'm going to have a little bit. You might be able to see the level of the wine in there. I, of course, had to make sure the wine was good, so this isn't exactly the first glass I've poured. So. It's a tiny, tiny little bit dark. Perhaps just starting to see the end of its useful life. This is a 2015, and, well, it's going to be about 3 years old very, very shortly, and that's the limit. As the Germans say, das ist gute Scheiße. All right. So, quite a lot's been going on with me. And that's another reason why I wanted to keep this to patrons and friends only. It's been a heck of a month, I'll tell you. I'll get to all of that in due time. First, let's see who's all here. I see some familiar names in the channel. I see Tuzzy, I see Twister, I see Mom. Hi, Mom. I see Wadius, I see Caraway. A lot of good old friends. It's very, very good to see all of you. Thank you very much for joining this evening. Those of you who are in the United States, this is indeed what we call Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. It is a holiday, and I'm very, very grateful. People took time out of their busy holiday schedules to watch my pathetic self-destructive behavior on camera tonight. So let's see. What's happened in the past since I did a stream? Oh my gosh. Well, I found myself in Sweden, for one thing. A little convention called Furoween at the end of October. It was my first time in Sweden. It was a nice little gathering. It was kind of smaller than I expected. 40 people. That's a teeny tiny little convention. But it was fun. I got to meet some new people. I always like meeting new people. And quite to my surprise and delight, my old friend Zilver drove all the way down from Oslo, about 3 hours away, to come see me, and I was very grateful to see him. They had a fairly decent German wine there, which kept me happy as well. An odd thing about that hotel. I've not yet been able to figure this out. Perhaps I should have drawn a map of the hotel. The hotel was sort of in a C shape, you see, with a pool area in the middle of the sea, in that open area. The hotel forbade anyone from carrying an open container of alcohol through the corridor to go from this section, which was reception, to our section, which was the convention area. You could not carry an open container of alcohol through that hallway. You were more than welcome to carry it outside through the pool area. So they were perfectly happy with me carrying a glass of wine outside through the pool, remember, glass, as long as I didn't carry it through the hall. I come from Pennsylvania. I thought they had weird restrictions on alcohol, but that one definitely takes the cake. It could be that they normally expect it to be about minus 4,000 degrees Celsius in Sweden. It was chilly that weekend, but not quite that cold. I was able to go outside with just the lab coat. Let's see. Well, I don't see anybody saying we cannot hear Uncle Kage, so I'm going to assume you can all hear me. Boy, what else has happened in the last month? I was invited to an anime convention. Now, I've been to an anime convention before. My friends that are in Sunderland and that portion of the United Kingdom know that I've been to SunnyCon up there. Pardon me. This was a mondo, giant, huge convention. I, for whatever the hell reason, probably a typo, was invited to Youmacon in Detroit. It's a colossal 2,000 million billion quadrillion people, or 25,000, something like that. It was a mega con. And I was like, oh boy, I'm going to be a guest at this convention. I learned a little something about the differences in the way the giant conventions are run and the way the furry conventions are run. I don't want to speak ill of anybody's convention style. I'll just say I prefer the way furry conventions operate. For one thing, we seem to have a different definition of the word guest, but that's a particular story that, even though it's a small private audience, I better wait till we're actually at a bar and there's actually a drink in front of me that I didn't pay for before I tell that one. So let's see what people are saying here. Yes, possible reasons why the nice hotel in Sweden would not let me carry my wine through the hallway. Let's see. Sans says they don't want you to get wine on the carpet. Well, Sans, I drink white wine. I could spill this all over myself, and in fact have, and it's not going to show. That's why I don't drink reds. McLionmain says, could be they don't want a drunk American to ruin their carpet. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what you're saying, McLionmain. I'm going to assume you meant spilling wine on the carpet, okay? All right, we're going to go with that. Let's see. Nobody else seems to have come up with an answer. And the only thing Zilver says is, yup. Well, it was indeed weird. Now, even Zilver thought this is odd. Somebody says, Zilver says, show them the haunted chair. I'm not sure if I kept the pictures of the haunted chair. At the end of that long, long, long hallway, there was a chair, a recliner chair. And for whatever reason, it had been pushed all the way, sitting against the wall at the end of the hallway in its own little cubby there. And we were curious as to why they would do this. Now, I've got my phone out here, and I'm going to go through and see if I kept the picture, because the picture was so utterly terrifying that I'm not sure if I actually was willing to keep it. I don't think I kept it, but it is on my Twitter twatters. The haunted chair. Okay, since they're asking, I shall go into my Twitter twatters here pardon me, and attempt to keep you occupied while I go poke, and try to find the picture. That chair, the only thing that I can think right off the top of my head was that the owner of the hotel had died in that chair. And they kind of pushed it to the back because, well, things tended to happen. Here we have, yes, it's probably going to be very difficult to see, but can you see the haunted chair, sitting glowering at us with that little lit-up grin on its face at the end of the hallway, in its own little area bathed in light. I was terrified to go down there, but not so terrified that I wasn't going to do it. I had to go down and get this picture taken a little bit more lit. I might have to get kind of close. I'm doing my Abraham Lincoln on a penny impersonation sitting in the haunted chair there. So yes, that was Sweden. I've been to Sweden. I've been to Detroit. Yay. Youmacon was interesting for many things, but it was a new experience in that I had never been woken up by a foghorn before. This hotel sits right on the river in Detroit, and we had a terribly, terribly foggy morning, and I actually got woken up to a foghorn blaring outside. I thought, that's a new experience for me. Aaron, your refrigerator indicates that Sweden has that kind of stupid rules due to our politics about alcohol. Well, Aaron, if by that you mean they don't let you carry it inside a hallway, but you're allowed to carry it by a pool carrying a breakable container, that's some interesting politics. Road to Angry Deer has just exclaimed, I have just had to tape up my laptop because the hinge to the screen just broke. Did it break when I showed the haunted chair? It's entirely possible. Let's see. And Wadius is indicating his mother is drinking Chardonnay. I'm so terribly sorry, my dear. Perhaps we should sit down and talk someday. Oh, and it is Wadius's mother's birthday. It's Zilver. How do I say happy birthday in Norwegian? I'll say that to his mom there. Just tell me and I'll say it. So what else has happened in this past month? There was a convention that I think I went to the week before the convention in Sweden, but I've been to so many I can't recall. If anybody remembers seeing me, let me know. But the one after Youmacon was particularly intriguing. I just heard a door. Excuse me. Somebody just came in. Anyway, my accountant, yes, my tax paperwork will be on its way to you, and you can then take care of it for me for the end of the year. Hello, John. My brother-in-law, John, just came in, and to notice that I am talking to my accountant via Skype here, and that is exactly what I'm doing, so there's nothing really to see here. Yes, of course.
Does it surprise you? Your mother does not know your address.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Mom's watching.
It didn't surprise me.
My very esteemed brother-in-law, Dr. John Mulvey, has just come by, and I was going to get angry, but I noticed he has a bottle in his hand, so all is forgiven. Join me here, John. Why don't you?
I'll join you. I've even brought wine.
You did.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Mulvey, the very, very respected physician and airman.
Oh, me?
Yes. Well, I was going to say he couldn't make it, so you're...
So I was filling in for him.
What did you bring here? What is this?
This is red stuff that you don't drink.
Perfect. We're not going to have to fight over it.
No, not at all.
Do you have your... Okay, what a stupid question. Do you have your opener?
I never leave home without it.
Yes, that's
This is the official Air Force Leatherman.
Yes?
Because it has the corkscrew.
Yes. Oh, right. The Army one doesn't have that, right?
No, we just bite it off with our teeth. Mm-hmm. We're doing that.
So he's going to open that. I was just telling them about the convention in Seattle that I went to, which was an interesting sort of thing. Many of you know that there had been a convention in Seattle, and we don't need to go into its name, but that convention suffered an untimely end, primarily because they did not have any concept of public decorum. They were very free spirits, and they believed in expressing themselves. Well, they did. They expressed themselves right out of the hotel and onto the street. Well, this other group of people...
You like that sound?
I like that sound. That's music to my ears. This other group of people took over the convention running business, and my God, that's dark.
That's what wine's supposed to look like.
Okay, if you spill that on my sofa or my ceiling, we're going to have words. Cheers.
I have challenge accepted.
No, ceiling, no.
I'm impressed.
I'll tell you that in a moment. This convention, it was Anthro Northwest. They really suffered dreadfully because a lot of people associated with the old convention tried to torpedo them. You know, how dare you succeed where we had not succeeded? So if you see anything on Twitter or Facebooks or something like that, don't pay attention. Those people weren't there. I was there. It was an outstanding convention. So John does not know the story of when my friend Zilver the Viking was here visiting. He's watching tonight. He came all the way from Norway to learn the American tradition of sitting out on the porch and having a glass of alcohol in your hand and every 4 or 5 minutes saying, yep. So we did that, and then we had our lovely stream here. We were trying various beers, some good and some American. And I think, I don't think that was the evening I gave him the Miller High Life, but...
Oh, my.
Well, he had a particularly...
I hope he was more of a friend of yours than that.
Well, he was so far gone at that point he couldn't tell.
Didn't really matter.
We had a beer, and I'm not sure what happened to it. It was a bottle of beer, and he was trying to open it, and when he opened it, the cap flew off with such force it actually gashed his arm.
Impressive.
And I had a beer explosion on my ceiling here. And as much as I've cleaned it, I can still see a couple of, they keep showing up. There's a couple little, those are beer stains.
Those are usually factory installed in most college dorm rooms, but the fact that you have brought this tradition to your current home speaks highly of your desire to hang on to your youth.
Okay,
Wow.
I do want to hang on to my youth, but not that part. I remember being in college.
Now, the part where you learn to listen to that red light that goes on in your head says you've had enough to drink that.
Okay, no, I actually learned that after college.
Yes, you did.
Yes, and no.
We all learned
Oh,
eventually.
Silver says, hi, Doc, long time. You met Silver.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Hey,
there he is.
Silver.
Yep, he's the one whose name is right there. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, long time no see. Glad to be back in this area again.
And Caraway notes that, yes, they are all my accountants.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we need an accountant, too.
And Silent Dawn says, airplane, points. Silent Dawn works for the U.S. Coast Guard. He is an aircraft mechanic.
I love aircraft mechanics most of the time.
Oh, why would there be a time when you do not love an aircraft mechanic?
When you find a tool still laying on top of your engine.
Well, you just tell him he's drunk and he should go away.
But my life depends on him getting it right the first time.
True.
But like I say, my mechanics are awesome. I am fortunate enough to be one hangar away from the maintenance hangar. And Roger is a guy that has worked on radial engine airplanes. He is, I think, was at Kitty Hawk.
Oh,
He
he's that
knows
old.
Everything about airplanes. Yeah, Roger is a wonderful mechanic. And what's even better is he's passing it on to the youth. He has a number of young mechanics working with him.
Good.
So it will always be there. But yes, I love my airplane mechanics. They keep me alive. Thank you very much.
Yep. Silent Dawn, as a matter of fact, gave me a wonderful helicopter model, which is sitting back there. I'll go show it to you later on, because I don't feel like getting up right now because I'm old. I was
Like me.
I was going over the events of the past couple of weeks for me. I should also explain to these good folk, I kind of hinted to them that my work schedule had gotten very, very strange. Well, now I'll tell you why. Back in March, the company that I was working for here in the Research Triangle decided that as a cost-saving measure, they wanted to get rid of their top 5 highest-paid scientists. Now, I can very, very proudly say that I had been one of their top 5 highest-paid scientists. They basically came in and said, okay, you, and you, thank you very much. Well, from what I understand from the people still working there, your top 5 highest-paid scientists are usually highest-paid for a reason. Nobody there knows anything anymore. But you know what? It ain't my problem.
Not your convention, not your monkeys.
No. So I'm actually doing consulting work right now down in the city of Wilmington. It's a company that really needs help. They need consultants. I'm working with another gentleman, and for those of you who don't know, in the scientific field, a consultant is a person that you hire so you can disagree with what he says. You hire the consultant, and he tells you, yes, this is how you should, and it's going to work this way. And then you say, no, you don't know what you're talking about. We're going to do it our way anyway. So that's my job. My job is to tell people things that they do not listen to. Kind of like being a convention chairman.
It's kind of like being a doctor.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
We were
It's
in
a lot
very,
like
very
that,
similar
yes.
roles.
Yes, we tell people things that they don't want to hear, don't want to do, and don't plan to do, and don't plan to follow up on either.
You might almost say that healthcare, or I should say routine healthcare, is one of the few commodities for which people want less for their money. The other being education.
Well, I have, on occasion, I've probably done this probably less than half a dozen times in my career. But it's usually on the fourth or fifth visit back when each time I've made recommendations that they have completely ignored. And at that point, I will look up from my chart and go, why do you come here? And I actually had one patient look at me and go, I don't know. And he got up and he left. And I never saw him again. We were both happier.
That guy had probably been thinking that for months, and it
Probably
just
so.
never occurred to him.
Right. Never try to teach a pig to sing.
No. Because
It wastes your time and it annoys
it's
the pig.
So, this commute I have, I cannot do it every single night, all the way to, it's a 2.5-hour drive for law-abiding citizens. I'm making it about 2. I go down.
You're working on that pilot's license, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I'm just having a little trouble getting it to take off.
Yeah.
I drive down on Monday, and then I drive back either on Friday or when 40 hours have been expended because these guys are too cheap to pay any kind of overtime. So at that point, it's like, hey, I'm leaving. Bye.
It's not like they're going to fire you.
No.
Yeah.
Because I was traveling so much, I decided I wanted to buy a webcam. Not a webcam, a dash cam.
Dash cam.
Dash
Okay.
cam. Because I thought if I'm going to be on the road for hours at a time, it might be useful to have a silent witness just in case something happens, either to myself or somebody else. Because, as John knows, and as many of you know, when they invented the phrase "shit happens," I'm the guy they had in mind because the shit happens to me. I was very, very happy. I received the I keep saying webcam. That's the webcam. I keep receiving the dash
That's
cam in the mail.
I guess it would be the same thing just in your car.
Exactly. Yeah. Actually, it
Facing
is.
the other way.
Yeah. It's now that I think about it, it is. It's a webcam that goes on your dashboard. Anyway,
That's why you keep mixing them up.
yeah. So I installed it in the car, got it all plugged in and everything, and I went to turn it on, and the screen was blank. It's supposed to have a menu come up. The little light came on, but nothing came up on the screen. And I tried pushing all the little buttons, and I thought, well, this thing's defective. It's a piece of crap. So I boxed it back up, sent a note to Amazon. This thing is a piece of crap. I ain't going to send it back to you. So I boxed it up, and they sent me the label. And I drove up to the UPS store, and I handed it to the guy at the counter. I said, hi, I am returning this. It is a dash cam, and it's a piece of crap. So he accepted it, and I turned around, and I got in my car. And I turned the car on, and I pulled out onto the main road. And about 6 seconds later, a car came at me like this. I slammed on the brakes. She swerved this way, and I saw in my rearview mirror she head-on a pickup truck right behind me. So I pulled the car around, got out, jumped out, and went to try to help. I did what I could. I hardly have the experience this man has, but because shit happens to me, I've gotten on the job
You've gotten
experience.
a lot more practice there.
Yeah. The police came, and they said, did anybody see what happened? I said, yes, I
Had a dash cam once upon a time.
I could have, oh my God. So,
But it was a piece of crap and wasn't working anyway.
yes, but it's just that juxtaposition.
Yeah.
So
God
I
has a sense of
immediately ordered another one, and since then, it's been happily recording, and it hasn't recorded anything on the road of interest. We'll
Doors
see
open.
who the hell that is.
Yes, sir.
It has, however, enlightened me because I've listened to some of the videos. I had no idea that I swear that much when I'm driving.
There are people here.
Oh, hello, people. Oh, my gosh. Hey.
Two arms, 2 legs.
I remember. I was not sober when that happened. That's okay.
We can
Come.
leave again.
No, make yourselves comfortable. Come on in. I had completely forgotten that in a drunken, loutish lout, I had invited some very, very good friends over. Come join us here. There's plenty of room. We'll figure something. Watch out for the water.
Hold on, I have a
Did
present
you-
for your mom here as well.
Oh, it's for my mom? Is it booze?
No.
It's venison.
That she's not going to
Venison.
want
Okay, she can have it.
When she found out I was taking up deer hunting, she like nearly ran me down on that scooter of hers twice, going, "You know I love venison, right? You know I love venison, right?"
I think she wanted you to bring venison, did she?
I got that impression, so I've brought venison
All
because
right.
I fear your mother.
Well, don't we all?
Yeah, I think so.
kind of laughing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ursula Vernon. How do you describe yourself? Let's see. Hugo Award winning.
Respectable children's book author.
Yes, but there's a caveat to that, isn't there?
Yes, the other me is.
Yes.
Is,
Yes, respectable children's book author. Do not send your children to my house. It's filled with skulls. I mean, her house is like an animal chamber of horrors.
What have we
that's
here?
true.
It's like the Silence of the Lambs house. What is this?
It's edible.
Oh,
It's
well,
beautiful.
Well, okay. Food ordinarily interferes with the absorption of the alcohol.
You
so-
kind of need that, don't you?
Well, you're the doctor. You tell me.
You kind of need it.
Ooh, you're a doctor. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't you know? This is my brother-in-law, John Mulvey. He is a physician and pilot.
Nice to meet you.
Oh,
Lovely to meet you.
Yeah. John Mulvey. Nice to meet you.
hello.
I guess it interferes with speaking too, though.
No, yeah, no. Somebody say something.
Yeah.
That's Kevin Sonny. He is the official angry bald man that
Sometimes,
accompanies this
yeah.
lady, who basically sits there and looks growly.
I'm good at it.
He has skills.
I have wine. Or I need wine.
I believe we are in a place where wine may be plentiful.
Yes.
Do you want? I have both kinds, red and white.
Oh,
We have another bottle of cold white in there too.
I will take a
red
glass
that your
of the
mother
red.
threw in the bottle before.
A glass of the red for the lady. So if you're going to have red, what color are you going to have?
Red. I prefer red.
That means nobody else wants this. That's okay.
Yeah. This is a nice cab. Call me a cab. You're a cab.
Just remember, the first person that spills red wine on my sofa will get the prize of being the number 1,000th person to spill red wine on my sofa.
You left out the part about spilling it on the ceiling.
You know that's
You made a point to tell me that.
You've spilled red wine on the ceiling.
I did not. A
He has
visitor did.
specifically forbidden me from spilling wine on his ceiling.
We had a
To
visitor.
which I answered, challenge accepted.
Was this some acrobat or someone?
It was a Viking.
It was a beer event, apparently.
It was a Viking, and he had what must have been a somewhat overpressurized bottle of beer.
This
The-
happens.
The lid actually gashed his arm. It flew up with such
Oh,
force.
wow.
And the next thing I knew, I had this, like a Spielberg effect. this fountain going up and spreading and then raining down on us. It was
I
cool.
started hearing this odd tune and went, doo, 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 doo.
Surprise. Yes.
What happened to? Do you remember the time you were shooting the cannon and the
Yes.
orange you
Can-
missed?
da, 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 da.
It turns out they make a can launcher that I've never been on your wine stream, so this may be wildly inappropriate to discuss.
Is this inappropriate to discuss?
On his
Send
channel?
us an email and let us know. Sorry, go on.
It's an upper for an AR-15.
Which is a type of firearm. I know nothing about it, but you
It kind of
basi-
looks like an M60.
It's a gun.
it's a big gun, but you put a thing on it,
Mhm.
and then you can put a can full of soda, and it will launch that with force that would put it through a cinder block wall. And of course, you
You
ask,
never know
why
when you
would
may
you
need
do
to do
this?
that.
And the answer is because you can. And so, a
Oh
friend,
God, it's fun.
a friend of mine who is one of those people who, never brags about anything, and then you keep poking him, and you're like, how do you know this? And eventually he will admit that he learned that while he was traveling in the desert on an archaeology dig, speaking Arabic, shooting scorpions out of cannons or something. I take him deer hunting. He's like, oh, would you like to know about ghillie suits? Making them and is my hobby. And dazzle camouflage is one of the things I've studied. I'm like, of course it is.
Yeah.
And I think he speaks ancient Enochian. He's just one of those people.
You know, I thought I had an interesting life. I was going to tell these people about the really cool rock I found, but keep talking. Keep talking.
Well,
I'm sure it was an excellent rock.
Well, it's rather like one of the parties we had up at the airport where after we had our fill of whatever it is we were consuming, someone busted out the potato gun.
Yes.
And we were launching potato charges over the runway. Fortunately, no one was landing at the time,
Is
and
that
I'm
the
not sure
kind
we wouldn't stop.
You fuel off hairspray,
Oh, yeah.
and it consumes like half a can of Aquanet
Yeah,
at a
we
fire ring.
were looking at we were trying to hit the 2,500 yard sign,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
Kids,
There
don't
was-
try
there was-
this at home.
there was
No,
a
never
fog
do it.
walk after that.
Yeah.
I think, at least I hope there was, because I didn't find any fog the last time I landed though.
So there was the thing about the cannon though is it uses the blanks. So it's completely self-contained. The only thing that actually
I should
launches
play that when you say
is
can.
the cans, right? So the thing is, I had sighted with the sights over the thing to go
The fence.
over the to go.
We live in the woods. Don't do this if you have neighbors.
Yeah, don't do this if you have neighbors. To go over a pergola. Unfortunately, the iron sights sighting over the pergola does not account for the size of the barrel of a cannon.
Yeah, you're thinking a 7.62 millimeter round that's whirling around through space.
Right,
Can
instead
probably
of
isn't.
instead of a
What the
16
hell?
ounce soda can right into
At the door.
and then it explodes on the pergola and rains down. Oh, here she is now.
Hello.
Hello.
You know, I got to start locking the door.
Yes,
Anyway, the point is, it rained cheap orange crush in a small localized area.
it did. It did.
Ursula hug.
Hey, I brought you venison.
Ladies and gentlemen, my dear and Satan mother has just shown up.
Hey.
Our dear
Oh,
friend
come on.
Julie has shown up. I need a bigger condo.
Friend Julie here.
Or at least
Holy-
a bigger camera, or a
I-
bigger couch.
Ursula,
Yes.
Damn,
There's
I do.
venison for you in his freezer.
I love it.
I had been doing a stream. I think suddenly it's a family reunion. I'm not really sure what's going on here.
Has a rosé.
Okay, Julie, let's
It's
break out the
Thanksgiving. Well,
It is, well, it's Black Friday. I had promised to tell Kevin a story.
Oh
clock.
Lord.
Which story?
Yes. Okay.
I was talking
Setting
just
me.
recently, setting up about how when they
Look.
say shit happens, I'm the guy shit happens to.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
You've experienced this.
I've not only have I experienced it, I've also had shit happen to me.
I was
Probably from
down.
standing too close to him.
This happens.
I was down in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Ah, yes.
Yep, Scottsdale here.
Ooh, hold on. She's driving tonight.
Oh,
It's just a short distance.
I drove all the way here on my feet.
There you go.
here, this-
Ah, lovely.
Ah, what the heck? I got another
And
bottle.
I had when I walked in the door, the first thing,
Ursula?
Oh, that's nice.
when I walked in the door, the first thing I said to Sam was, "Does it
Julie.
surprise you that your mother?"
Ah!
I asked Sam, "Does it surprise you that your mother does not know your address?"
I knew his address.
No, you
I could-
didn't.
Yes, I did.
You weren't even close.
Wait, what happened? What happened? What
I
happened?
said 103.
What's your address?
301.
There is no 103 here.
Well, I had to write letters. Numbers.
Numbers.
I have a small bit of dyslexia.
Anyway,
Anyway.
It's like saying that
this
easy
con was
words are
Arizona
easy
Fur
words.
Con.
Yes, yes.
And I was down at Arizona Fur Con, and some fellows wanted to take me out to dinner.
Well, now, and this is in Phoenix, right?
In Phoenix, yeah.
Phoenix,
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
Yep.
Scottsdale's not
Yep.
the same as Phoenix.
Oh, this is true.
So
Okay.
I was worried that Uncle Kage's story I was very shortly when we got back.
Right, right.
I didn't want to be without a wine glass. The housekeeper kept cleaning up my wine glasses and taking them
Oh,
away.
dear God.
So I had a wine glass, and I'm sitting in the car with my empty wine glass, and you know, just like, don't do not let anybody take my glass.
Yeah,
I
no,
will
don't
need
take,
this.
don't take away. Yeah, I'm going to need that glass.
I
Yes.
left it very carefully in the car. We went to a nice steakhouse. When we came back, I was
Who wants praise?
driving along with them. I'm in the passenger seat, and
Yeah.
we came to a stoplight. And as we were waiting, I couldn't help noticing a young man, early 20s or so,
Right.
wandering around in the intersection. Now, this is a major, like, 6-lane road
Right.
going through the middle of Scottsdale, and cars were whizzing around him and honking and beeping.
And drivers in Arizona are special.
Murderous.
Yes.
Well, I thought...
Remind me to tell you why that is after.
I thought this is no. I said to the driver, I said, guys, this is not good. We got to do something. And I started to open the door. Now remember, in any emergency situation, what is the very first thing you're supposed to do?
Your own pulse.
The first thing I did, I opened the door. I said to the driver, "Hold my glass!"
There you go.
And I jumped out and I ran up, and I was trying to talk the kid off the road. I had the white lab coat on. I figured maybe people will see that and they won't kill us both. So I kept, come on, son, come out of the road. Come over here, talk to me. Come on, talk to me. And he would come off the road, then he'd get back in the road, then he'd come off the road, then he'd get back in the road.
Oh, dear God.
And at one point, a big Dodge Charger, real tricked out, came roaring up, and the driver didn't see the kid. He slammed on the brakes and stopped maybe an inch in front of the kid.
Yeah, well, they have the really good anti-lock brakes for that. The thing is that they don't steer for crap. I hate Chargers.
Oh, well, this thing, it must have locked up, because I heard it screech.
Oh, yeah.
The driver jumped out, rolling his sleeves up. And I thought, oh no. I said, sir, the kid's high. He doesn't know what he's doing. Really, he doesn't know. And the driver turned and said the oddest thing. He said, I'll take care of him. You take care of my car.
Okay.
And I'm standing there in traffic, zoom, 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 and I go over this Charger. And the first thing I did was I turned on all the lights and the four-ways and everything. It was dark. And I saw up ahead the guy leaped on the kid, tackled him, rolled him off the road. So I said, I'll bring the car to him. And I got in the car, and I was like,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
they're comfy.
Yeah, maybe. I guess he's busy. Maybe I could. No.
Did they have a stars and bars?
Sam.
Sorry?
We need chairs for your audience.
Grab a chair. So
outside.
there's chairs out there. You'll figure it out.
There's two
Don't
more
trip
chairs
over the wires.
outside.
Hey, I'm an
I
experienced
suddenly have a
professional
party.
actor.
All
So
right, I'll take a little bit more red wine because I suspect we'll be here more in about 10 minutes.
more booze.
Yeah, more than about 10 minutes. Yeah.
So I ran up.
Thank you.
Got out of the car, drove it up there, and kind of had it blocking the side of the road in case more cars came and these guys were in the road.
Open night.
They were rolling around on the ground, and the kid was starting to kind of get the upper hand. So I said, well, I'm not really much of a fighter, but
No.
what am I going to do?
No.
Yeah, I figured if the kid gets away, he's going to go back in the road, and I don't want to scrape him up.
Yep.
So I jumped on the kid, too, and we're three of us were trying to hold him down. And we're tussling and wrestling and rolling around, and I kept trying to be the quiet
calming
grandfatherly. I
influence,
said, son, just settle down. Here, look at me. Settle down. If you're in trouble, we'll help you. You just relax. We don't want you to get hurt. And
I've been sitting all day.
he at some point,
3 hours.
somewhere in his planet, he realized that he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah?
And he looked up at the guy who tackled him and said, "You're a loser. I'll bet your wife left you. Yeah, you're probably divorced, you big loser." And he looked at me and said, "Not you. You're nice. I like you. But you're a loser. And I said, "Well, son, I'm glad we have developed this rapport. Why don't we just keep talking, you and me here? No, don't worry about this guy. Just talk to me then."
Mostly because you do that, he's going to clock you, and you're not going to wake up for a while.
Oh. So eventually the police got there.
An hour later.
I don't know. Was it an hour? Was it 2 minutes? When you're trying to wrestle a drugged up guy.
No.
So the police came by, and we got off the kid. The kid jumped up, and cops have wonderful training.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we were all like disheveled, and our clothes all scuffed, and I got bruises on me, and the kid gets up, and the one cop goes up, down. And the kid's on the ground. He tries to get up, the cop goes down.
Yeah.
It's like touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So they hooked him up, and medic unit rolled up. I took a picture. I tweeted the picture and said, "I just had an Uncle Kage story happen." And
As I recall, I replied to you, "Do you need bail?"
I did not, fortunately. The kid did.
Oh, yeah.
But he was
Do you
being
need
wrestled
bail?
into the car by the cops. And I went over to the driver of the Charger. And I said, "So, are you okay?" Pardon me?
No.
"Did he get you anywhere?" And the guy said, "Yeah, he bit me."
What?
And I looked, and he's got, and I thought, it's a goddamn walker. We got a zombie here. No wonder he didn't know what was going on.
Human bites are awful.
They
Yeah, they're
are. I mean,
terrible.
he's got like, yar. So I went up to the medic unit. Hey, fellas, we gotta. This guy needs a hose down.
Yeah.
And I went back and I said, "Hey, these guys ought to talk to you. I don't know where that kid's been."
Ooh.
Yep.
Or what's in his bloodstream and now is in your bloodstream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not the bloodstream we're worried about, it's the gum bacteria, man, that human mouth.
Yeah,
is
because
foul.
that makes its way into the brain and rots your brain and turns you into the zombie.
If you have a choice
I'm
between being
familiar.
bit by the dog and the owner take the
Yep.
dog, his mouth is
Oh,
cleaner.
absolutely.
yeah.
Despite the things that dogs will eat and lick.
Well,
I'm aware.
The fun part was we got back in the car, and we're driving back, and the two fellows in the car were totally silent. And I turned, I looked at them, and I said, "This is where my stories come from."
And they're like,
I said, "Welcome to Uncle Kage's story hour."
Has anything like that ever happened to you?
Oh, heck,
yeah.
This man works
it
security.
happens to me.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Mom. Yes, it does. Don't you remember?
You're just the one biting.
Never been anybody.
We could talk about the next door neighbor, but we're not going to get into that.
Well, that's
Let's not mention
Well,
any
this
names.
is also the woman that has never been in a car wreck.
That,
Right.
yeah, right. She's never
It's a complete
been
lie.
in a car.
I've never had an accident.
Yes, she.
No, she has
Well,
not.
actually-
Never.
This was not
We're already
a car
modified.
wreck. It was, my garage door was old and wooden,
okay.
and we needed a new one. And we had this great big
Great way to
Aerostar
need to
van.
replace it.
And I was coming home from a fashion show. And I had my husband whose arm was in a sling and my granddaughter who was yappity yapping. I took my shoes off because my feet hurt because of
Yeah.
the show. Went to hit the brake. Right to the garage door.
Yeah.
Fortunately, their washing machine was being stored in our garage.
Leapt in front of the
It
vehicle.
saved the record collection.
Oh, well, that's the important part then. Yes.
The record
Yes.
collection was on the other side of the washing machine. The washing machine leapt
I can't talk.
in
I
there
backed
and stopped the
into
car.
my own garage door with my Trans Am back in the
I
day.
got a brand new garage door with a clicker and everything.
Well, that's the thing is, after I backed into my garage door and had it replaced, about a week later, I was backing into my driveway and hit the garage door again. So I'm like, I'm not going to replace it. I'm just going to leave the dented garage door there now.
It's a reminder.
Yes.
Keep going.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Thanks.
My son put the car through. My son, when he was like 12,
12.
he had to get something out of the trunk of my wife's car. Well, there's two ways to open the trunk. You can do it like a normal person does. You turn the key. Or
Right.
you can turn the engine on and push the button. Well, he's a 12-year-old.
So
He
he's going to...
starts the car in
Oh,
the closed
yeah.
garage and and somehow got it in reverse and
Oh.
boom!
Somehow got it in
my
reverse.
next door neighbor happened to be walking down his driveway when he sees this car blossom out of the and the car lurches to a halt before it goes over the embankment, and he walks up to the driver's door window to see a very frightened 12-year-old.
Oh, yeah, he's probably
sitting there not
terrified,
sure what
yeah.
to do, and he says, "Would you like me to park this where?" He goes,
Yeah.
So he parks it, and my name, Mac, my neighbor, telling me the story later, says, "I managed to get into the house before I fell down laughing."
Yes.
Was this the same boy who a couple...
Wait, before I forget, the reason that in Arizona the drivers are terrible,
Why?
the driver's licenses don't expire until you are 65, and then you can still renew by mail. And you only have to renew like every 12 years, and they don't even give you a vision test until you're 70.
So it's kind of like a horse out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and because it's a retirement area for a very long time, before they even put in the you can't renew by mail, over 70, people would get a license at 55, and it would last until they were like 90-some, and no one would
Or
ever
they
check
would get a
the thing.
license at 15 in 1936.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. And
Cars can only go 35 miles an hour.
Never
we
expired.
Yeah, we the one time we visited her folks in Phoenix. One, I'd like to say that I'm not a big fan of Phoenix.
you hated Phoenix with the passion of a thousand suns.
It is completely artificial. I don't you land in Phoenix and it is just this it is like a grid. It is a perfect square. You're looking at it from the air and you're going, this was designed specifically. Well, no, Philadelphia at least has character. There's no soul in Phoenix.
Now, I actually loved Phoenix for that because I have a terrible sense of direction. And it was a grid. I knew if I got on one
Right.
road, I could stay on that road, unless you went through the unincorporated town of Guadalupe, where suddenly the amazing road would turn into some very suspicious-looking people. I
Yeah.
mean, not that they were suspicious; they were looking at you suspiciously.
You were the
How do you
suspicious
manage
looking green
down
weren't
here?
you?
I'm used to grid.
Oh, I grew up
30
down here, so
second.
you
Oh,
know.
no, Google Maps changed my life.
Yeah, it kind of did.
Yeah.
I am so intimidated by
She
these
used
roads
to,
down here,
she
it's
would call me
ridiculous.
from she'd go to visit our friend KB Spangler in Greensboro, and she would call me and go, "How do I get home?"
Yeah, like I'm completely lost. I
Yeah.
don't know what road I'm on. And this was difficult before I was married and dating Kevin. At one point, I had to do the drive of shame in the morning, and I had to go through every friend of mine to see who was awake at 6:30 a.m. and could give me directions from frickin' Garner to get back home.
I bet that ended up being a really short list.
It was 2 people, and the first one picked up the phone, thank God. But
Yes.
yeah, it was.
Although,
yeah.
go ahead.
So Google Maps changed her life. Like, she resisted getting a smartphone. For, like, I guess I got an iPhone 3, and then she was like, oh, why would I do this? Why would I do this? You know what got her to finally turn over? I'm like, look at this birding app I have on the phone.
Oh, God.
And she's like, oh, yes, I have to have one now. And so that was like an iPhone 5 was your first. So it's
I
like,
don't early adopt.
no.
Well, what the smart maps have done to people. Tell them about the time you drew a kid a map.
Oh, God. This was very, very recent. A kid...
It was only a year or two ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, oh God, I don't remember where it was to, but a kid wanted
I thought
to
it was
know,
one of your conventions.
how do I get from here to
Yes.
there? So I drew a map.
'Cause he's not going to drink it, right?
And he looked at it.
Is there whiskey?
Wine in the Serengeti here.
Oh, wait, it's a Winestream. I can't
Yes.
have whiskey, can I?
Actually, there
That
is
starts with
whiskey.
W.
It belongs
There's
to my
some
friend Chitabengo, and it's hidden in a cabinet. If you really want, we can get it for you. And then, but aren't you driving?
No, she's driving.
We can probably replace it. It's a Concanon, I believe.
Oh, well, I don't think I've had the
It's down the
Concanon.
bottom.
Okay, if Alkali were here, he would sniff it out. It's what he did.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, oh, yes, he would. He would.
Alkali was visiting. Alkali was sitting exactly where you're
Well,
sitting.
Alkali would just fit in your apartment building.
Well, he did. We had to adjust the camera, and I had
Yeah.
to sit on a
Oh,
bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
pillows. We ran out of the bottle of wine. Alkali got up. He had never been to my place before.
Yes.
He got up, went into the kitchen, unerringly, for no reason whatsoever, went to my Tupperware drawer,
Oh,
way
yeah.
down the bottom, reached into the back, pulled out a bottle of whiskey, which belongs to my friend Chitabengo,
Yes.
and just that brought it out. That was when we started doing the maple syrup shots, but that was a different...
This is the
well-
sort of thing that makes you think there might be something to dowsing after.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hand me one of the ones with the dried fruit in it.
But what happened to your kid that you drew the map for?
Oh,
Oh,
the
yes,
kid
yes,
I
yes,
drew
yes,
the
yes.
map for kept staring at it, saying, "What do I do with this?" And I said,
You need a whiskey glass?
you look
Or
at
No.
it. There is another bottle in there that might be better, but
Let me
This
see.
is Concanon. Well, you have to open it
This is,
yourself
all
because-
right,
okay.
this is...
Was that the only bottle in there? There was
Oh, it's
another.
Irish.
There was another bottle in there, which I don't know if the barrister finished that or not.
Yeah, see, now, I'm...
Yeah.
I should be grumpy because you didn't even bother to say, hey, do you want to have brunch when he was visiting? So,
It was
Oh,
a
you
very,
would
very
like to
last
have
minute sort of
brunch?
thing. Basically, you might notice that the barrister is willing to go to great... that.
Oh,
no thank you.
No, that's bourbon.
Mark.
Yes, I don't drink Maker's Mark.
Oh,
Wow.
great. We'll
Why
give
not?
that to Chitabengo.
I'm not overly fond of it.
Oh,
I really don't...
Bourbon.
it's famous.
The barrister is
So
willing.
is O.J. Simpson.
The lady has a point. She has a point. He is willing to go to great lengths for a joke. He
Yes.
found out on the Friday of the Seattle convention
Yeah.
that they had a ball pit.
Oh, dear God.
Yes, we are not going to get into why they had a ball
Yeah,
pit.
no.
But
Was it for the meme?
I think so. He flew out that night to
Oh.
Seattle for the sole purpose of getting a picture of him sprawled in the ball pit, and then he flew back.
Yeah, that's hard on the body, but it can be done.
Well, he's a lawyer. Their bodies
They're-
go through hell anyway.
Well, yes.
You
they're-
can't see the wine stream.
it's up here, dear.
Yes.
See?
No, I mean the chat.
Oh,
It's too
what?
small.
Ma, it's we can't put
well.
it any closer because that's where the camera is on the chat. We can't.
Okay.
Actually, we should see what the chatters are saying. We haven't said
This is a
anything.
great question, yeah.
Even if the chat isn't on, what do I say? They're talking about
Oh,
stuff.
it's Moth Monarch, yes.
Oh, hi. Hi, Moth Monarch. How are you?
How you doing? Yeah, good to see you, yeah.
Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing? How are things up in the great frozen north of Canada? Eh? Let's see.
You know, if you come around the back, they can see you.
Yep.
The moment they can't see you.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Oh, you're hiding as the respectable children's book author?
No, anyone with Google can find out I'm a terrible
All these
person.
people
Okay,
dead
that's
on
true.
the
Oh,
lawn.
no, you're not a terrible person. You just draw biting pears and have a house filled with animal skulls positioned in odd postures.
We're getting chickens on Sunday.
Yay, what
In
kind of
addition to your strong, independent chicken?
Yes.
She was lonely.
She was. She is.
A chicken wandered
All
into
right.
their yard.
So here's what happened.
Okay, from the man who saw it.
Our neighbors had chickens. They had about a dozen chickens. And this one didn't like staying in the coop anyway. It turns out this was for the best, because what happened was a raccoon got into the coop. And then there was only one chicken left, and that is the chicken,
That didn't
this
go
one
on.
chicken. Yeah, because the raccoon
Smart
took care of it.
chicken.
Yes. The raccoon has been taken care of. My neighbors took care of it with their 12
They
gauge.
make a good stew, by the way.
I would really rather not if I could.
Rabies
Yeah.
stew, yes.
Yeah.
When you're out in survival school and that's all you get to eat.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. So the chicken doesn't want to go back in their coop because obviously a terrible thing happened and she witnessed it, and she doesn't want to have anything to do with that coop
PTSD
anymore.
chicken.
Right. And so she's been wandering down to Ursula's front garden
Yeah.
to have bugs and
Which,
seeds.
in my own defense, if you were a chicken, that would be a nice place.
Yes,
to
it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
a,
what chickens are supposed to eat.
yeah.
Yes.
So then I wanted to take a picture, so I put out some seed, which meant I had entered into the ancient agreement between human and chicken is that if you feed them, then you are now taking care of them.
You're a chicken.
Well,
No,
I had to go.
You're their
You were that
person.
chicken's staff.
Yeah, I'm part of that chicken staff, and I had to go up the hill and explain to my neighbors that I wasn't trying to rustle their chicken, but that, you know, as long as she was coming down, I was going to feed her, and we were going to set up a coop, and we'd see if she moved in, that's fine. If they moved into their coop, that's fine too, because all everybody wants is what's best for the chicken. And the fact that we had a what's
Two
best.
grown men stood on a porch saying, "Well, we all just want what's best for the chicken."
We kind of did.
Stew.
And his wife and son were there too.
No, then it's double jeopardy. That chicken survived the raccoon. That chicken is now immortal. That
Yeah,
chicken
that-
cannot be
that we
slain
cannot- yeah.
by a human now. It is.
yeah.
It is.
But I don't want her to get caught by a possum or a raccoon or anything that's or coyotes, since we're getting coyotes now.
Foxes.
Or foxes. Yeah. I don't want it. So I want her to move into the chicken coop, but she hasn't.
You gotta build a new coop.
I just built a brand new coop.
Does she roost in a tree? Or?
She roosts in a tree up by their house. Yeah.
But she will come into the coop to eat and drink water.
Yeah, so I've got a feeder in there and I've got water in there, and we've seen her go in and eat and drink and come back out.
Huh.
And then our friend in Virginia, Neolithic Sheep
She's
on
a shepherd,
on Twitter,
comrade shepherd.
Comrade Shepherd, she has said she got like a whole bunch of chickens from a farmer who was downsizing. Okay.
They're rescue chickens.
So they're rescue chickens, and they're looking for a home. Excuse me. And so on Sunday, we're going up and we're getting 3 of these rescue chickens. And she's trying really hard to sell us on a rooster, and we are resisting.
What do Ernie and Hound think of these?
So Ernie and Hound are in the backyard, which is the coop is in the front yard. Ernie and Hound are in the backyard. And as far as Hound is concerned, strong independent chicken doesn't belong there and must be barked at. So
So the thing is, when she
It's his
starts
job.
barking
Yes.
incessantly, we do something to interrupt the behavior, and she's afraid of squeaky toys. So
Right.
I actually found myself leaning against the fence with Loki from the Avengers squeaky toy that,
Yes.
that somebody got, squeaking it whenever the hound went nuts so she wouldn't bark at the chicken. And I'm just going, why is this my life?
this is, yeah.
Yeah,
I-
it works. Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is that when we're not home, they climb on the bed in the master bedroom. We don't want them on the bed in the master bedroom. And our friend Tina got us a hedgehog that goes when you squeeze it.
Tina would do that.
Yeah, because it was cute.
Yeah.
But the dogs are terrified of it.
They don't like things that make noise.
Right. And so
Weird.
You
I
you
know,
can
right?
get scat now.
Yeah.
That is
So-
weird.
so-
Dogs love things that make
Normally,
Puppies
yes.
And
My,
this is the reason they're washed out hunting dogs, because as soon as they
They're
grab
not
something that
normal
squeaked,
hunting.
they panicked.
yeah.
Okay.
So I have seen Hound run. A squirrel has literally missed a jump, fallen in front of Hound on the ground. Hound was like, "Wow,
What do I do now?
yeah, okay, that was fun," and ran away. You know?
Yeah.
And the squirrel's like, Okay, you're a really stupid dog, and I'm a really
No. The
squirrel.
squirrel is like, thank you. I have been saved.
Yes,
I am a
sure
convert now.
I'm sure the squirrel went on to become like an evangelist of a squirrel.
No, the
religion.
squirrel was
Yeah.
strutting back. You see that? You see that? That dog ran away
There
from
you
me.
go. Yeah.
So I
I
am
am
curious.
Branch on the
So anyway,
branch
yes.
on the road to Damascus experience.
Why did it become strong independent chicken and not chicken Bob?
Well, that's the thing.
I thought the tradition would be chicken Bob in your house. Everything is called Bob in your
Well, if she names it, it's Bob.
Yeah.
What happened was I looked at it, and after all of that, I was like, after hearing
He's
some
been
of this,
resisting chickens for like 10 years because I didn't want them either, so it wasn't hard. I have been trying to resist this, but Kevin is like, but the chicken needs us. It's
the
sad.
chicken is sad. The other thing is I looked at her, and it's like, this is a strong, independent chicken that don't need no man. Or don't need no
need no
rooster.
rooster.
Yeah, and it's
Actually,
stuck.
No, you can, yeah, they'll still lay
It's
eggs.
stuck.
She
And-
became
They-
strong
they just
independent
didn't
chicken.
Yeah, the internet, bless you all, just grabbed hold of strong, independent chicken and kept hold of it.
We
In
have
the s-
very good friends that raise chickens.
Oh yeah.
And we've gotten a number of eggs from them and helped them out with various things, and ducks and
And
geese and
geese.
all kinds of things.
Yes.
Well, one of her across the street neighbor about a year ago called her and said, "One of your chickens is over here." And Allison asked her, "Did you ask her why?" And she didn't get it.
Oh.
She didn't get it.
Why'd you cross the road?
Now I will draw the line of turkeys
And guinea fowl.
and guinea fowl.
No,
They have those
see,
too.
I would want turkeys because there's some awesome turkeys out there. Guinea fowl, no.
No.
They even have pigs.
Guinea fowl are particular. Well, not.
No,
Oh,
no,
my.
the pigs are not.
I thought you
Incidentally, I am going to interrupt with a question.
We're
Oh,
eating them.
question.
eating the
Yes?
pigs.
Yes.
Somebody asks if I am going to Anthro Crossroads. I am. Are you familiar with Anthro
No, I'm not
Crossroads?
familiar with this
Lay
one.
it out.
Raleigh is getting its first furry convention.
Oh, awesome! Yeah.
It is right off of 440, like everything.
Okay,
is
yeah,
in
well, yeah.
Raleigh.
Yeah.
And
When is it?
It's the last weekend of January, the 26th to the 28th.
Oh,
I
wow!
believe.
We're actually in town. Yeah.
And we're getting a hotel.
Yep.
Oh.
I am going. She's
We're
going.
going.
Yes.
I think you
I'm gonna
guys should
have
go
my
too.
own
Well, okay.
entourage.
We'll give you the
we'll-
link after this.
Yes. We'll talk. We'll
Remind me. I will not be remembering.
talk. As a reminder to con organizers out there, I'm also a member of the Dorsai Regulars, and should you require our services, email board@di.org.
Yep.
They do a wonderful job. I could tell you any number of stories about.
Let's
job
not.
they do.
Let's
Yeah,
not.
we don't.
There are
Yeah,
some
no.
stories that we are not quite at liberty to tell just yet.
Yeah. No.
Well,
Have you renewed your security clearance? I'm pretty sure you have.
I don't need to renew my security
you're probably-
clearance.
Although I will
say.
admit, some of
His
the best
mom.
stories do not come from Anthrocon.
Where do the best stories come from, Kevin? Do tell.
Magfest.
I've heard of Magfest. Is that the one?
No, you worked Magfest.
I
with us
worked
one year.
Magfest,
Yes, you
but I
did.
was disappointed because I didn't see any bodies.
Well, see, and that's the thing. You were a couple years too early
Did you
for
at least
that.
see the chalk lines afterwards?
Well, I was lured into working Magfest by the opening line
Yes.
of Renegade's security log, which famously reads,
Oh, Magfest 6.
"Yes, despite the appearance of police in full riot gear, the convention was remarkably quiet."
No. It is the line was despite the presence of the SWAT team.
Yes.
Magfest 6 was significantly improved over Magfest 5.
They do security for conventions.
Yes. There are only so many things I can talk about, but the year you were there was a relatively tame year.
Yeah.
For instance, you did not have to deal with, I think it was 2 years ago, we had someone who had to be tased in the lobby of the hotel.
oh yeah.
Was he clothed?
Yes.
Boring.
Yes. Well, no. See, the thing you have to understand is that when someone gets tased, certain bodily functions just sort of
Okay,
happen.
thank you very much for that, Kevin. Let's
yeah.
go on to the next story now, shall we?
Well, but the thing is, in
He's going
PG
to tell
County,
us anyway.
in Prince George County, Maryland, the cops are responsible for cleaning their own vehicle.
Oh.
So they couldn't put him in. They didn't want to put him
Chase him
in their
outside.
car after they had done this, and so they had handcuffed him outside the hotel to one of the stanchions. And then then he woke back up after being tased to find himself handcuffed to the barrier stanchion behind the thing, which happened to be right outside the room that some of our people were staying in. And we're trying to sleep because obviously they were off shift, and when we're off shift, we sleep because when we're on shift, and any downtime we can get is downtime. But this poor kid starts going, "Help me, help me, help me." with the cops right there who are going to tase him again for causing a disturbance.
And all they really needed was about 30 seconds of the fire hose,
How
and then they
long
could
does
put it
that
in there.
tase last?
Oh, depending on how you're hit and how this kid was high on something. Let me tell you right now.
And that makes it.
Oh yeah.
What
It knocks you down a little bit. Yeah. Well, I mean, he was high, and then he was unconscious from being tased, and then and so then he was still high. But when you're high and getting off being tased, or getting over being tased, because you don't get off being tased. If you get off being tased, that's a kink I don't want to know about.
There is a Donald for affinity for it.
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway, but yeah, it's going to have different effects.
It depends what you're high on, too. If you're high on marijuana versus PCP.
Right, and we don't know what he was high on, but he
I'm
was
going to look up
certainly high
Rule
on something.
34 taser while you're going.
Yeah, okay, Rule 34 taser. Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Hey, you've got a new phone. Okay.
Oh, I've had this phone.
Did you see
That's a Moto
his
X.
new screen saver?
No, it's a Moto X, and I'm impressed. I love that. I love Motorola's, even though I've got a Pixel right now.
He got
so.
a really great new screen saver.
That's one of the stories I can talk about. There are several I can't talk about on the public internet because one, there's confidentiality, and two, there's the people who are Dorsai who are probably listening who will say, Kevin, you've got to.
Oh my God.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Did you just take a picture?
No. I looked up Rule 34.
Oh, you looked up Rule 34.
Show
Yeah.
him your screensaver.
It's not a screensaver, dear. It's
Oh, you've
called
got
wallpaper.
the
It is the lovely artwork of
Oh.
Naomi on there.
Isn't
Oh,
that
that's
gorgeous?
great. Yeah. Who did that one?
That is Moth Monarch.
Oh, Moth Monarch. Yes, okay. Yes. Who we love. I love her stuff.
Yes,
she's great.
absolutely.
Fantastic.
I want her to do something for me.
Oh,
Moth
well.
Monarch is awesome.
Yes.
Well, if you go to her table at Anthrocon, I'm sure she'll give
I
you a
will.
very good rate.
I was going to say, last year, she was kind of behind us. Behind your table?
Very near the table.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they have fabulous stuff.
Yeah. And I always, the thing is, I'm always busy working, so I'm always getting there like just after she's torn down, and I always miss being able to get a bandana in my size, and I really want to get one of
In
Moth
your
Monarch's
size?
bandanas.
They come in sizes?
Well, I don't know if they come in sizes, but I know a standard size bandana just barely fits my head, and I need like a double size bandana.
That's because he's real smart.
That's-
So got this huge brain in there.
Not really. It's mostly skull and empty air.
Yes, Sans can't believe I looked up Rule 34. I can't believe it either.
Oh,
Sans. I should
someone just discovered Rule 34. That's kind of awesome.
Oh, yes. Nothing, Ma.
No.
Let's change the subject.
You
Mick
go.
Lionmane is interested about the tattoo on your arm,
Which
Kevin.
one?
I don't know any of them. Talk about any of them.
Sure. Here, hold my
I
vibe.
want to look it up.
No, you're not.
All right, now Kevin is
beer.
stripping.
Yeah, this is you're about to get a whole bunch of hits on this. So we're gonna start with the very first one. All right.
Don't dare stare at the illustrated man.
Right. So this is kanji for alchemist, which is a name I've used online for
Kanji
dear.
for alchemist.
yeah for 30 some years
Never
now.
do the math.
Renkin Jutsushi. And then underneath it is the iron question mark that Indian Larry, who's an amazing motorcycle building, an amazing person, very inspirational.
Yep.
So I've got that.
Up a little bit, they need to see you.
Okay, yeah, so there's that. And then around the back, I've got a koi, a gold and black koi. And then
Good fish.
I love that fish. This girl right here, let's see if I can get the thing right.
Girlfriend.
No. So this one was kind of a happy accident. I wanted one of the pieces that my
Happy ending?
well, one of my I wanted a piece that my artist had designed on my forearm, and she thought it was this one. And I couldn't say no because she was so excited because she's been wanting to tattoo this piece on someone for years and years and years and years. And so I was like, fine, we'll do it. And I love her. It turns out I love her. She's one of my favorite pieces with her pumpkin head and her green cloak. And yeah.
And your Medusa hair.
Socks.
Yep. And then I've got my it's hard to get that, but the raven on the inside of my arm. The inside of your arm really hurts if you're not a tattoo person. So I guess it's really hard to see it this way.
That's the upside down bird.
Yeah.
And then and the eyeball on the elbow.
Oh, the eyeball on the elbow. I love the eyeball with the monster that's across my elbow.
By the way, if you get your tattoo elbowed, it swells up.
If
like
you
a
get your elbow
grapefruit.
tattooed, yeah, it was like this big for a week. And now on the inside, I have, I was raised Lutheran, so I have Luther's Rose on one side, and then I have a modern interpretation with the Sacred Heart and Golgotha and a lotus behind it. we walk into this. Whoops! It's hard to manage the camera. So
Isn't
I've
that
got
great?
Yeah, this piece right here, which is a traditional dagger, and it says "Simul Justice Peccator," which is a Latin quote from Martin Luther, that says simultaneously justified and I don't know the exact, but it basically
I thought it said fish.
It's both saint and sinner is what it is. A quote from Luther. Then we move into the other side.
One of the rare heavy metal Lutherans.
Yes.
Yes, we have and now here we've got this. This is a dragon.
Everybody needs a dragon.
The trick on the dragon, though, is that this is an opal, which is my youngest son's birthstone. This is a ruby. Was that the ruby over there? Yeah. Which is my oldest son's birthstone. And then this was a pearl, which was my ex-wife's birthstone.
And it is now?
And it is now black. We filled it out.
Lump of coal?
Lump of coal. Now, what's that?
Did you have it done?
Yeah, I had it touched up and done over. So the secret here is that so far we've got the fish, water.
Yeah.
We've got the bird here, air.
Yeah.
We've got the fire on the dragon.
Wow.
And then finally we have earth, which is this boar head right here. And I love this boar head. I mean, look at that. Look at those colors. Look at that tongue and the drool and the undead boar head here. So that's the fourth
Be
part.
grateful he's not taking his pants off to show you the legwork.
Oh, we'll get there.
No, you're not. Not on my stream. I do understand, though, that he's got a blank spot on his chest. If you look at it, you'll see your future.
And then there's the rat here with all the monster eyes, and I've got on one leg, on the front of my left leg, I've got Saint Francis preaching to monsters with in a stained glass motif.
Wow.
On my
You
other
are not
leg,
getting a tattoo.
No, I'm not getting
Yeah,
it.
on my-
Nita got one.
Oh, my God.
She wants me to go and get one.
You're not getting a tattoo.
If you want a tattoo, we'll hook you up with our tattoo artist.
You are not getting a tattoo.
Nita has one that's underneath of her.
Would everybody please say, you are not getting a tattoo?
you know what? If your mom wants to get a tattoo, she should get a tattoo.
She is not old enough to get a goddamn tattoo.
I would think she's.
We'll take her to our tattoo artist and hold
Now,
her hand.
okay, you are a bad influence on her, young lady.
Nita has two
Well,
little
like
birds
your mom
right
needs
here.
more bad influences.
I mean, she's got you.
Two little birds.
My stream. What is the
Right,
audience
right.
saying? Let's see.
Yes, what's the audience saying?
This is that time of year.
Oh.
I get to.
Take pictures of the tattoo.
Oh,
No,
God, it depends on where you're getting it, but like these
they're
I
not
kinda
saying
went
anything
to sleep
useful.
for.
No, there it is.
They
There
weren't
it is.
bad
No
at all.
tattoo
Give me
from
something to knock
the
it
good.
out.
No.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts
But
like
this,
mad.
oh God, this was me.
That's in,
Can I swear?
That's in a bad spot. What if you
yeah.
have to take your blood?
I talked to my doctor and we use this arm now.
It comes out of his nose.
Yeah,
No, actually, the
punches
tattoo
it.
could help. Go
this
right there. That's
this
what they-
was me the last I want to say 15 minutes of her when
They
she's
can't
coloring in
find
the
your
nose
vein. Where's your vein?
and this arm. But the last 15 minutes was me just sitting there in the back of the store. She's coloring that in, going fuck, because it hurt that bad.
This is the time. This is the time of year
I do
when
in fact here. I will
get
step
to run
far
across
enough
people
and
this
say
time
Yeah.
of year.
I have lots of tattoos, but
They look Haida.
I clink it, but very close. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, so
Okay.
this is the art style I'm printed
Clink
on.
Oh, so you can click on
Oh,
it.
it's clink it.
Yeah. But the point of the shoulder right
Oh,
there.
God, yeah, that was bad. Oh.
It's not that it hurts; it's that your whole shoulder bone vibrates.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's, you know how. Okay, like I'm sorry, Kage. This is the only metaphor I can come up with. You know how you get a pap smear and it's not that it hurts, but the discomfort
Yes.
is much worse than
I don't
pain.
want a pap smear on my arm.
Oh.
Basically,
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
No way.
So
that's the.
Hey, we eat pizza over discussions like that.
But it's not that it hurts, but the discomfort is so much more annoying.
This
Yeah,
is
I had a
time of
different
year
thing
when
in
I-
mind when I invited everybody over,
I
but
was helping dissect a dog that had died from poison.
oh well, all right then.
It was actually
Yep.
its liver was actually.
Okay. That's
Yeah. No. I mean, I for lack of a better
yes,
term,
that
I
was Chairman
disassembled
Fingers you
my
just
first
saw.
deer last week, and it was great. I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah,
But-
that's where your venison comes.
yeah.
Actually, this year I haven't run into it yet, but every time about this time of year, I
Run
run into
into.
someone who refuses a flu shot because they're afraid of needles, who is festooned with tattoos.
Oh God, no.
I went into my doctor and was like, but I don't like needles when they wanted to give me.
I get you there, Wolf.
And they were like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "It's different. It doesn't go in."
So
Yes, it does.
I'll be
Because in
Not the same
thousands
way.
of times.
and I'll be straight up. When I got this one,
What is on
this
this
one
side?
originally.
It's the same thing, only it's a
wombat.
Wombat.
Oh,
and
a
that-
wombat.
Yeah, that's the only one I've designed
The
myself.
spirit animal from the
One of my
Pacific
Yes.
Northwest.
one of my favorite injection stories was I take care of
That sentence.
I take care of a lot of former Marines.
Oh God, and they're the worst, aren't they?
Well, I was
Babies.
this guy needed an
Babies.
injection in his shoulder joint, and I'm really good at these. So I'm like getting ready to go out and draw it up, and he stops me at the door, and he says, "This isn't going to make me cry, is it?" I said, "You're a Marine. And where did you get that tattoo, by the way?" I come in, give him the shot. It's never as bad as they think it's going to be. He said, "Hey, yeah, that feels a lot better. Let me tell you something about this tattoo, Doc." And it was a beautiful tattoo, beautiful Marine Corps emblem tattoo. He said, "I went through my entire Marine Corps career, never got a tattoo. Every guy in my unit getting a tattoo."
Tuzzy,
Fast forward-
you do. I will hunt you down and bloody your
He
nose.
said, he says, 5 years ago, my wife and I were at the Howard House Tavern, and we're having a couple of beers, and my wife says, "Let's go next door and get you a tattoo." And I said, "The Marines
I'm
couldn't
totally
talk
with
you
you.
into a tattoo, but your
Tulsi,
wife..."
I'm totally with you.
Yep. That
You are
tells
not
who's the boss.
starting to go fund me to get my mom a tattoo.
Can we, if you're part of it
The
too?
reason
No.
I don't get a tattoo is I knew a lady
See, yeah,
about 25 years ago
yeah listen
Okay.
to this.
who was about 60. When she was young, she had a rose tattooed right here.
It
Okay.
turns into
became a
kudzu by the
weeping
time
Now
you're
it's
60.
down.
Yeah.
And it's long and it's ugly. And she went back and had it touched up.
Oh yeah.
And it looked
And now it's a rose vine.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
I
turned it into a giraffe.
the rose stem is like, it was about this long, now it's...
Man, it's not my place, but perhaps you should avoid the boob tattoos. There are many other places that will not.
Any other questions from the audience on
No,
any
over
other
here, no,
subject
over here.
that does not involve Oh,
Tattooing your mother?
did Grandma Kage race anybody at EF this year with her Mercedes? I don't think she did.
Pardon me?
Your Mercedes.
oh,
Your
did you
scooter.
hear-
I didn't race... Oh, I did. I had a race with Cheetah. I won.
You raced a
I
cheetah.
won.
with
I won.
wait, Cheetah
It's on my
the
phone.
Cheetah the con chair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Cheetah.
He had
Cheetah.de.
this weird bicycle.
Oh really?
Yeah, what was that bicycle?
Did you
I don't know.
hear what Night Fox was doing with your scooter when we were guests?
We're on camera, remember?
I know. Oh, this is a brilliant story because Ursula hasn't forgiven me yet. So, Night Fox was having his VIP party. I think you'd gone to bed. And
Sometimes
For
I have
those
my
who
own
don't know
party.
Night Fox, we should probably mention he's very pretty.
oh God,
He's adorable.
He's a very handsome man. He
Night
makes
Fox
things
is
happen.
a Nico
Yes.
Mullen.
yes, he does.
He's one of
He's
the
the gentleman I showed you
chairs
the wedding picture of.
Oh yeah.
at Lair Castle.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
So
He's the co-chair of Eurofirst.
Yes. Yes.
so we were at his VIP party because obviously
you drink Jägermeister.
yeah. And
Jägermeister is-
suddenly
You got to be real pretty to do that.
yeah.
in the middle of
is
this
really
thing.
pretty.
In the middle of this rave, suddenly he comes scooting around on the scooter. He's orbiting the dance floor with the scooter, right? And it's hysterical because he has the extra keys because he, of course, is the one who rented them
Yeah,
for you.
I always leave the scooter down at the elevator because you can't. It's so
Right,
big.
right.
They get me a Mercedes scooter.
Nice.
Right?
Yes,
It's
a
so
Mercedes
big, it takes
mobility
up the
scooter.
whole
It's got a
elevator.
maximum speed
And
of
in order
28 miles
to
an
get
hour.
in and out of the elevator, I need somebody to get up and push the button.
Yeah.
Got the
In
wine
order
chiller
to-
in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're in this, and he's circling. He's going around the room on this scooter. I'm sitting there in a kilt. Ursula has gone to the bathroom at this point, and as he goes zooming by me, I put out my leg. I hitch up my kilt a little bit, and I put out the thumb
Yeah?
with the leg out, and he stops, and he backs up, and he flips up the armrest, and he pats his leg. So what am I going to do? I hop on, I sit on his lap, and we
Side
go
saddle?
zoom
Isn't
off
that
into the
a
yeah.
trip?
Ursula has never forgiven me for not getting a video of that for her.
Oh,
Okay, if BBF was anywhere, that video probably
there's a
exists.
Video. That video exists.
If you happen to have that video, I will pay money.
Eurofurence is typically in August.
Yeah.
Award-winning author, so she
It
can
was
pay money.
just after Worldcon this year, and I was a
Authors are
little.
not that much money.
If we hadn't have had to come back for Bubonicon,
Yeah.
we probably would have gone to Eurofurence because we were in Finland for Worldcon.
Now, my favorite story from that year,
Oh, that year was
when Ursula and Kevin were at Eurofurence,
Oh, it was a great year. Yeah.
Ursula had accidentally left her laptop on
Oh my
the
God,
plane.
that's right.
Yes.
And she told this to me, and I said, "Oh goodness, did you call Lufthansa?" And she said, "Yes, but the message is all in German. It's German, 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 ein, German, 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 zwei, German, 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 drei."
Plus, it was British Air. You were on. We were on.
No. It
It
was
was Lufthansa.
British. It was
Yep.
Lufthansa, but British Air had just screwed up, and everyone's.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So you couldn't get through for love or money.
Yep. So she didn't know what button to push. So I went to ConOps and I said, "Your guest of honor has left her laptop on the plane. This is why Eurofurence is simultaneously wonderful.
I love you guys. Yes.
And you guys, okay. This is why you lost the war. I'm telling you. They are absolutely
Too soon.
No.
Soon.
I'm serious. This is why they lost the war.
70 years.
Because I went and said, "Oh, she left her laptop on the plane." They said, "Yeah, we're waiting for the guest liaison to come back to call the airline." I said, "Well, why don't you call the airline?" "Oh, because this is the job as a guest liaison. The guest liaison calls the airline for the guest." And I said, "Well, but since the guest liaison isn't here, could somebody else do that job?" "Oh, nein. The job as a guest liaison is to do the calling for the guest. No one else can do the job that the guest liaison does." And
I
was
gotta
getting-
say, Pinky was a phenomenal guest liaison.
Oh, she's amazing.
I loved her. Yes.
But she was like
She went
not
sleeping
there.
for a PhD.
I'm
She was sleeping,
that?
poor
She
thing.
just went for another PhD.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Well, I wound up running in to the dealer's room, grabbing Ursula's phone, and saying, "Does anybody here speak German?" And the first guy that raised his hand, I said, "Talk to Lufthansa."
The happy ending. Well, Night Fox eventually showed up. And I
Okay,
was
the
like,
words "Night Fox" and "Happy Ending" in the same sentence. Tell me more.
Well, he showed up, and I was like, "No, it's fine. You know, they're really swamped. I'll just go in person.
Right.
Take us in a little early. You know, to
Yep.
leave." And he was like, "Have you dealt with Lufthansa before?" And I was like, "No, but I'm sure it's very efficient." And he was like,
His face clouded on his
"Yes."
side.
He was like, "Oh no."
You're going to be so disappointed.
And, but the thing is, I wasn't. I get in. I am in a horrific line with
I'm
people
like
screaming at each other.
sitting at the end of the line, like I don't have to stand in line for her because it's her laptop and I can't prove it's mine.
I go through like the worst line where some very nice people from the Middle East lose their shit at British tourists who are trying to jump in line, and I just hear, "I thought British people liked waiting in queues." Being snarled behind me. Anyway, I finally get up to the thing, and I'm like, "Yes, I was on this plane, sitting in this seat with a laptop in this bag," and they were like, "One moment."
They can't
Go in
see
the back.
you.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Her hands.
And I was like,
Why
"It was
didn't you
this
park her on the
size
sofa?
here," and
Why don't you
well,
park her on the sofa?
Just
Yeah, right.
yes, come sit next to me.
You need
Sit.
to be on camera.
Sit next to your husband. There you go.
Ursula Vernon, ladies and gentlemen.
woo! And I go down, it was this size. I was on this plane. I was sitting in this seat, and they're like, "One moment, go in the back, come out, hand me my laptop." And I was like, "That was incredibly easy." They're all, "Yes." Like, "Thank you." And they looked sort of stunned that I had thanked them.
Yep.
They're like,
Yeah.
"No,
Well,
there's no problem. You knew where you were."
Unlike when you left your 2DS. On
I,
an airplane.
Yeah, I still get messages occasionally from United saying they haven't found it.
What? How long ago was that?
3 years.
At least they're diligent.
You know, there's a place in Atlanta that all of
Where
the
bags go to
airlines
die.
send
Like the
their-
Sargasso Sea.
Yes,
Yo.
and you can go there and bid on things,
I'll be right back.
unopened bags.
I'll be right back.
This
and
is
to see
Unopened
yours-
bags.
Yeah, they
Oh
don't
my
open
God.
them. Some, after a
They don't
certain
open
length
dirty
of time,
laundry.
they will open them and they'll put hangers with suits and
Oh my God.
um.
From all over the country?
all over
This
the
sounds
country.
fantastic. This sounds like
This
something
is
we
why
need
I
to
Sounds
do.
like a great way to
This is
wind
why
up with
I like flying
contraband.
my own damn airplane.
Yeah.
What,
I
you
don't
fly?
lose my own bags. If I do, that's on me.
You fly your own airplane?
Yes, I do.
What kind of airplane?
A Mooney.
Describe a Mooney.
It's a 4-seat, single-engine, low-wing, retractable.
Okay.
It goes about 150 knots on
Which-
about 10 gallons an hour.
Which
I'm
airstrip
reading
do you
your
use in the
stuff,
area?
people. That's
When
why
I
I'm
land here,
staring
they're all
down
going
at your
back.
feet.
Okay. Because we're just down the road from. Sorry, we're about to do from what?
From Harnett.
No, from Eagles Landing.
Oh, okay.
The question
Yeah,
came up.
so Eagles Landing and...
Is that closer than RDU?
well, it's closer to us. It's like
What
3
is
miles
that?
down
What
the
do I
road
got?
from us. Oh! What have we here?
Bus is done.
Oh.
What is this? It's not what you think. It's
It's a pencil.
it's an umbrella.
Oh!
I was so. This is so cool.
That's
Because
pretty cool, yeah.
I deliberately had it sticking out of my bag going into the airport, and the TSA is like, beep, 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 beep. And they're like, excuse me, sir, you can't bring that on the plane. And I said, yeah. And they're like,
Son of a bitch. All right, now you need to be free.
thank you very much. It's a lovely gift.
Yes.
Whoever complimented my hat, it is an Indiana Jones hat.
It is an
Yes.
official
That is
Indiana
your
Jones
new
hat. Yep.
Yes.
I have one too. What was funny is we got out of the
Where'd you get them?
Disney. So we got out of the, what was it? It was like the Indiana Jones, the
Jack,
movie
we'll do the drawing at
experience
7.
Nice.
7 o'clock.
at
You get to run away from the boulder. And...
yeah, whatever it was. Yeah.
Well,
but-
your little cart that runs away from the boulder for
Right,
you.
but,
Yep.
but it's like, the big MGM movie thing at Disney Hollywood Studios. And with the special effects and all that, they dump you into a gift shop because they dump you
Of course.
into a gift
They dump
shop
you in a
after
gift
everything,
shop.
yeah. And there's an official, there was the official Indiana Jones hat right there, and I'm like, oh, I used to have one of these when I was in high school. And I put it on, and I look at Ursula and I say, should I buy this? She's like, yes. And I'm like, I'll take it.
I
And, like-
watched Temple of Doom 11,000 times when I was age 9.
Yeah.
So
My son.
I'm not
I
saying
was
it's a
little
good
older
movie.
than that.
See, this is what happens when I put that on.
Yes.
My
You
son-in-law gave me
become
one of them
scary.
for Christmas, and I love
What's
it.
that?
Scary. It becomes scary.
Yeah, well,
He has an
If he
Indiana
takes the-
Jones
the-
vest.
Yeah.
oh, an
It's got
Indiana Jones vest.
1,000
Yep.
well, how many pockets?
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's just my
1,000
fishing.
pockets.
Oh, a fishing vest?
By the
Yeah,
way,
those have like all the
Wadius from Tromsø in Norway
call it
would
my
like to
Wadius.
know,
Yeah.
Hey.
did you have a good Thanksgiving?
We had an awesome
We
Thanksgiving.
had a fantastic
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Not enough booze, but
I
I
love
got to fly to Thanksgiving.
And I gotta say, I was really disappointed we didn't get to go to Norway while we were over there, where we were in Finland and Iceland this year.
so you were pining for the fjords.
Oh, there were fjords. We saw fjords. Fjords weren't a problem, but yeah, I'm Norse by ancestry, mostly Swedish, and so yes, I
Shall I
do.
get the hat for him? Shall I get the hat?
So I occasionally do actually pine for fjords. It was great.
Were your feet nailed to the perch?
No.
So get your ass to Tromsø then.
I
This
went,
is reminding me of the joke that if you ask Europeans where they're from, they tell you, and if you ask Americans, they give you a story problem.
Yes. By the way, Silver says it shows. If you get wine or whiskey on my ceiling, I am going to sick my mom on you.
I am not going to get whiskey on your ceiling.
That's what Silver said.
When have you known me to waste whiskey?
I literally, I was
Point
sent
made.
a video from a security debriefing where Kevin had spilled whiskey
Yes.
on a nightstand.
No,
and
it was a dining room table.
And was like face planted, licking it off the table.
That's
because
my kind of boy.
You could
Yes.
not waste
She's
the whiskey.
like texting me, going, "Stop! It's dissolving the finish. That's poison." I'm like, but it's a Macallan 25. I can't waste this.
The varnish can't have been good for you.
It was wax. It wasn't varnish. Wax just passes right through, I think.
But varnish is icky. Yeah.
Varnish is icky, but this...
I grew up partly in a town near a veneer mill.
Oh
Yeah?
my goodness, that
Yeah.
must have smelled funny.
Extraordinary.
Well,
And then everyone died.
Oregon.
And
Oregon.
then everyone died from inhaling the veneer.
Probably, yeah. It was rural Oregon is basically all out of work loggers and now meth labs.
No, my family, at least on my dad's side, is from a town in northwestern Pennsylvania that was known for its paper mill. And
Not
so
Erie.
my uncle,
It was Erie.
south of Erie, Johnsonburg.
Okay.
And believe me, you knew when you were close to Johnsonburg because you could smell it. And my uncle was like, "Man, I miss when the paper mill didn't have all the filters on it because you never got sinus infections.
Yup.
All the sulfur in the air, man."
Before I was married, I worked for the Eastern Regional Sales Manager of Albemarle Paper Manufacturing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I had all these people that I knew in
Mm-hmm.
all over all the big paper mills. Roanoke Rapids is one.
Yeah.
the smell was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yes, as long as the meth labs employ the out-of-work loggers, win-win.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, no.
The only
Dad's from
downside was
Johnsonburg,
that my
and
mom
Mom's
lived
from
in a
Irwin,
town,
just
and
outside
occasionally
of,
they would
Pittsburgh.
raid.
Yeah.
And
Who would
so
raid?
I was born in
well, the SWAT
St.
team to
Mary's.
take out the meth lab. So I would get like a phone
okay.
call.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
guess what they're doing across the
Pennsylvania
street?
person.
Hey, it
Yes.
turns out it's a meth
Yes.
lab. Oh, they've got a battering ram. I'm like,
Okay.
get away from the
Grandma.
window.
Yeah, no.
And she's like, oh yeah, oh wow, the dude just came out
Nope.
on the roof
No,
through
I
the
was
window. He
born in
doesn't have any
St. Mary-
pants
well,
on.
okay, it was
Like,
Benzinger at the time. It was before St. Mary's absorbed Benzinger,
Okay.
and but yeah, now it's St.
In
Mary's.
about half an
and,
hour,
you know,
I am
just
obliged
outside
to
Du Bois and
Dream-
Draw.
Is
If
now
you,
part
might,
of Penn.
could I perhaps
Yes.
impose on you at some point if I can't figure out what the hell to draw to learn your artistic talent?
Sure.
We got
Oh.
a drawer here. A drawer.
Yeah.
A drawer. She's a drawer. However,
She's a drawer.
like me,
That Matt
she
said
reserves
draw
the
and
right
right
to
now,
draw
and
whatever
every
she
group
wants to
picture of
draw, despite what you tell her to draw.
yes, this is
She'll
the thing that
draw
happens.
what the
Okay,
F she wants.
We can do that at 7 o'clock.
Is it? It's not 7 o'clock.
And
it's 7 o'clock and a half. How did it get to be 6:30?
27.
welcome to my wine stream. This
All
is
right,
how it
then.
works.
Okay,
Well,
This is why I
you
told you
gotta
to stop
earn
and
your wine.
No, okay, we
it's
still
a-
have time.
No, no,
Somebody's
she's,
asking.
she's driving home. She's driving.
Somebody's
So should I
asking
make you draw?
where the
Sure.
Grumpy Dragon is.
No.
Ken Long has
No, I
got
can't
a
draw.
job now, so
Where is-
he's
yes.
not able to join. He still has to get off of work. I just sent him a ping saying,
He's still
"Are you
working?
home from work yet?" Ursula and Kevin are here.
Is
Now,
is he in Canada at the moment, or is he
well,
here?
yes, he is in Canada. As a
He got a
Canadian, he
real
tends to
job.
be.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't
He
know. I
actually-
know Canadians who hang out.
He actually got a real job that does not involve dancing or kicking people.
You got a haircut.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
He's in some kind
He
of tech stuff.
became
Aren't we all?
responsible furry.
Used to be.
Well, someone has to.
I know. I was
guess.
gonna say, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
No, you
Ken
rubbed
Long.
off on him, man. All that responsibility and stuff.
Oh, I got too much of that stuff.
Ken Long, who we're talking about.
Is this one of
Oh
those
yes,
old
I just got a note from Silver. You're having
No,
a lot
he's
of fun
not
with
off
that
work yet, so
story.
he's not
Yes,
going on.
I am, Silver. Oh, incidentally,
Oh yeah.
let's see if I can
I need some opera glasses from back here to see what's
pull
actually
that up here.
This is Chen Long.
Yes, that's the picture I have for Silver on my phone.
Oh, horrible.
He got
One night,
horrible.
Sam
Yes,
called
yes,
and
my
said,
picture
"I'm
of Silver
ordering
there."
Chinese dinner.
Wait a minute, Mom. Tell that to the people here. On
One
the,
night, Sam called and said, "I'm ordering Chinese dinner. It'll be there at 5:30." So 5:30, I opened the door. Can you put this up there? And here's what delivered my Chinese dinner.
I told her it was coming from the Lucky Dragon takeout.
That was neat. I haven't seen him in a while. So here he's holding the bag of the Chinese dinner.
left him holding the bag, just like she always
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that was neat. I said, "Is Chen Long?" That was funny. I don't have a picture. I've been looking all this time for the picture of Cheetah on the bicycle. It's on my computer. Somebody sent it, and it's one of the things that's on my what's the word?
Yep.
When the pictures
Hard drive.
keep
How do you say it in
changing.
American?
Your wallpaper.
Yeah, it keeps changing.
She's got a slideshow.
Yeah, that's it.
This is my life.
First words.
That's why I sent it to college.
Hope you gave the dragon a good tip. Actually, I did. I told him Panasonic sell.
Oh, hey, sweetie.
Never pet a burning dog.
Someone found grilled cheese donuts in Pennsylvania.
Excuse me,
Oh
what?
my goodness!
I know, right? And our friend Carlotta is offering to get some for our other for our
Grilled
podcast.
cheese
Where in
donuts.
Pennsylvania? I might
Pennsylvania's
Apparently
pretty sick.
Lancaster.
Ah!
Ooh, there's an airport there.
Oh, by the way, excuse me, it's time for a plug.
You could
Time
tell
for a
me
plug.
If you have not heard of a little podcast,
Yeah, Lancaster Airport.
give me a sec here.
Yeah.
If you've not heard of a
Cheese donuts.
podcast called Ursula and Kevin Eat Stuff, I believe.
Kevin and Ursula eat
Oh,
cheap.
you get top building, do you? Eat cheap. But when
was
is your next
alphabetical.
podcast going to be?
Probably it'll come out Sunday.
Yeah, because we're going to record tomorrow and it'll come out Sunday.
They basically get sent the most interesting foods from across the world. They attempt to consume them and they
When
record
they have a
the
Philly
sounds of their
cheesesteak dinner,
reactions.
I'll fly home. You can
And
come with me.
there is so much durian. Like, you can stop sending durian.
Oh,
Yes,
dear
it's
God, the
been
durian.
done. It's been done.
Yes,
Whose fault
So
is
this
the
is
durian
Anthony-
coffee?
So
that
this
was
is Anthony
Simon.
Bourdain, but they come
think
to
so,
you instead.
Yeah.
Was
Durian's wonderful.
Yeah.
This is Anthony Bourdain, but they come
Durian
from
Really?
smells
It's wonderful.
what durian have you had? Because
smells.
all of it's been vile to us.
No, it's wonderful. You have to,
Fresh
you have to
durian
let it
might be
sit
good.
for a long
No,
time.
you cannot.
Ah,
It
because
okay.
I eat Thai food like
Durian
regularly.
is placed inside this World War II
Oh.
mine as nature's way of saying, I am deadly. If I fall out of the tree, I will crack your skull.
It always-
You cannot get to me. Do not touch me. I reek. That's what it's telling you.
It smells like propane. Everything that is
How
sent to us.
can you get the
It smells
taste
like
of durian
propane
if
when
you
you use
smell
it to light a
have to get
bomb
used
on
to it.
Well,
fire.
I think it's.
So what you're
I
saying
think
is
it's like brie.
propane
Or-
actually smells
or a
like
good
it smells like
seasoning.
apple
Yeah,
cap.
Yeah.
you have to get used to it,
Yeah.
and then you get once you
An
get past that, then
airplane
you can
had to go
appreciate the
back to
taste.
the airport because somebody
Well,
had it in their
So
cabin.
Grand Asia Market in
Oh.
Cary occasionally has frozen fresh durian.
We'll get a
I'm
link to the podcast,
Please
Jerry.
do.
No, you have to know the real stuff. This fake stuff. is-
No, this is
Would-
like
would you
this
be
is
able
like
to
a
type
frozen
in what
durian
the
with spikes
podcast
and the whole
address
thing.
is?
Yeah.
Like fresh.
Hey, computer guy, they're
Oh,
going to
yeah,
link to the
Flash
podcast.
frozen.
Flash frozen.
That's
the thing.
Kuek.
It's
That's
great.
Kuek Libs.
God
Yes.
damn it.
You have-
kuec.libsyn.com.
You mean that's what it is?
kuec.libsyn.com.
Kuek Libsyn. I thought you was trying to type Kevin and Ursula eat sheep, but apparently that's it.
KUEC is the,
KUEC, Kevin and Ursula eat sheep.
but now the picture of us has gone away.
What happened to the picture?
What picture?
Hold on.
You're on the one.
Ah, no,
I
wrong
get-
one.
yeah,
Hold on.
it's this one.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh,
That's it.
thank God.
Now we see ourselves. Okay, this is
She
the
doesn't
most
trust
people.
me when we're recording podcasts. She doesn't trust me unless she can actually watch the recording happening.
Yeah,
So she didn't believe we were still recording because the picture was gone.
yeah.
I'm kind of with you on that one.
I've seen too many times. We've run through a whole podcast, and you're like, I forgot to hit the record button.
That has only happened with Hidden Almanac.
And
No, it's only happened with Hidden Almanac. It's never happened with KUEC. It's never happened with Productivity Alchemy.
I have a wonderful.
made me
I had a
paranoid.
patient that was one of the 101st Airborne that jumped the night before D-Day, and that was just one thing he did.
Wow.
I took care of him for a number of years.
Right.
I was his family physician. Like most of these gentlemen, didn't want to talk about it, but after getting him through some very difficult times and me being military,
Oh, yeah.
I managed to wheedle my way into his heart so that he invited me over to discuss his experiences, and we had it videotaped. And the videographer screwed it up.
Oh!
So I do not trust videographers.
No.
you
But
should have
I
brought a
still
German.
remember what he said. So I had the
Then
experience.
they
and I
would have
treasure it.
started 10 years later.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the poor man would have been dead already. Okay, we're ready to begin. The sound is now perfect.
But by God, the sound would be perfect.
No. Yeah. But you have to admit, for Productivity Alchemy and KUEC, we've never had oh God, I forgot to press record. For
All right.
Hidden Almanac, because we do 3 podcasts. We do Hidden Almanac, The Hidden Almanac. We do Kevin and Ursula Eat Cheap, and we do Productivity Alchemy. I'll get you a card for Productivity Alchemy.
It's on the intertubes, dear.
Yep.
Tubes.
But the only one I've fucked up and not recorded when I said I was recording has been Hidden Almanac.
Which, fortunately, is only like 5 minutes long a piece. So
Yeah, no, it
it
takes-
doesn't
yeah.
lose that much. It's
Yeah.
just annoying because I have to actually act for that instead of improv. And,
Yes.
you know.
Let me get you a card so I don't get drunkenly.
McLean says if this
Okay.
chat voiced what we were talking about, it would probably sound like that. People talking simultaneously. Yes, this is the most people I have had on a Winestream. I mean, I've had at
You
most
hardly get a word
4
in
other
edgewise.
people, but 2 of them were fursuiters, so nobody was talking.
Oh, my.
Well, I'm not saying anything.
Here we go.
You can talk.
There you go.
Since hats seem to be
One
different.
for you.
Yes,
And
yes.
one
we're
for
happy.
you.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna wear hats, I should
Someday
get
I want to
one of mine here.
I want to have this guy on Productivity Alchemy.
You know, my
Here we
hat
go.
does not say "Make America Great Again."
Let me show,
It's
let me
Happy
show,
America
let me
Great.
show, let me show.
Let me my top
There we go.
hat. would you?
There we go. There's Productivity Alchemy. It is about personal productivity. It is upside down.
No, my
Because
top
I'm
hat.
drunk.
That's not a top
there we
hat,
go.
dude. That's it.
And that
You have to
is
stand up.
No, the
one of
top
my.
hat's down
I'm
here.
really enjoying doing my
Oh,
podcast.
das ist ein gutes.
Oh, a top hat.
Geben Sie mir mein verdammtes
Ooh,
hat.
venison stew.
Nine.
Where did I put my whiskey?
I need a
Actually,
hat.
that did kind of work on her. Thank you.
Ah, here's my whiskey.
Okay, this is my alkali impersonation. Yes, I'm alkali. I'm a very tall Jewish man. How are you all?
He's like 6'5".
He's like 6'12".
or
I look
more.
much better in a hat. I do. Actually, I look better in a cowboy hat.
We can give you one of my fedoras.
What are these hats?
Wait, is the fedora or a trilby?
It's a fedora.
Fedora.
The first one. It's the first one.
That one.
I don't wear trilbies.
Good. No, I approve of that. Because if you did the thing where I said, "Is that a fedora?" and you were all, "It's a trilby," then I am required by law to punch you in the face.
Actually,
and I don't want to
look
have
at
to
the
do that.
camera. Julia, that actually kind of suits you.
Here you go.
Look at us here. Look at the camera.
Don't we look cool?
That suits her. Yes. Mom, you look like a. Okay.
These
She
come
looks like
down.
a scene out of Red.
Yeah, it looks like a
These come
scene from the
down.
Manchurian Candidate. Is what it looks
These come
like.
down and you can cover your ears, but I don't know how to do it.
Hey, Wilma.
I got the Soviet
She
national.
looks like
anthem.
Helen Mirren.
Yes,
Humphrey
yes,
Bogart-ish.
The International.
yes.
I also couldn't
We all need to start always wearing hats.
I'm trying to get it to happen. I go to the airport and people are like, "Oh, you look so wonderful." I have a
There's
one-man
that guy
crusade to
in
bring
the
them
hat.
back.
Hey, watch out, Sam. I'm going to steal this.
How about this?
What? Okay, now you look
not
like
my thing.
Gilligan. No.
Not my style.
No, you look like you should be a little gardener on Cape Cod.
No.
And
that's
Silver,
just
Silver, you know that's a challenge. Do you really want to say that? Silver doesn't want any of us wearing his hat.
How about underdog?
Okay.
Which is what? Of course, when you say you don't want us to wear your hat, you know that the next thing we're going to do is wear your hat.
Absolutely. That's all there is to it.
Uh,
That one's for Wilma. That's perfect.
Oh, that's
Yes.
my hat.
Yes.
Okay.
Das is mine and hoot.
All right, give that a try.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes.
Let me go get the coconuts.
Yeah, that kind of works actually.
Yes.
You're an actual Valkyrie now.
My love. Longing binds deep
You didn't tell me we'd have to stay here at the Winestream for the whole ring cycle. I have
Sorry.
to go home tonight.
Das
Okay.
ist ein gutes Hut.
What did you think you were getting into?
Many years,
Helen.
couple of years ago, I was driving in the west part of the county, and I turned on the classical music station, and I immediately recognized the tune. I put my earbud in, I called my wife, and I said, "I have to tell you this. I just turned on the classical music station, and we're right in the middle of the Barber of Seville.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know it's the Barber of Seville is because of Bugs Bunny.
Yep.
Sam, you kept the Cape May County Courthouse Park and Zoo.
Yeah, that's
Cape May
yours
County
actually.
Porn House?
Porn house,
May-
yes.
Look at that.
She liked Cape May
We
filming.
had a fantastic time.
Wait, Cape May?
At Cape
There's
May.
great bird watching up there. I was.
Oh, wait
We
till I
said the
tell-
magic
we-
words, yeah.
A butterfly flew over to my husband and landed on his hand. And he put his hand up like this, and the butterfly just went.
It was probably licking salt off his skin.
Well, thank you very much for taking that beautiful
Well,
magical moment and making it biology.
Wonderful salt.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure it was far superior to salt.
Did
Of course
really
it was.
great salt.
It was super salt.
I like this hoot. Das ist mein gutes Hut.
Well,
The
you know,
thing,
that
no
really
one
s-
warned me that
I
Cape
have
May
to-
gets freaking cold.
Oh, heck yeah. There's nothing to stop the wind.
I bought a big parka. Cape May. I have this great
Cape May
big
parka.
hoodie. I have a great big size 3X. That's all they had. I have one from a railroad someplace
Yeah.
we went. Every place I go, I
Yes,
get
railroad
told I gotta
someplace
buy a
we went.
parka.
The thing is, I went up to Cape May just when the Arctic vortex had come down.
Were you looking for Arctic terns? What was it?
Yeah, actually, deep water birds that had come into shore because it was so damn cold
You were
out in the
looking
ocean.
for Arctic
they came
terns.
They came in to
So
get warm.
I get out with my friend Tina. We go up to Cape May, not realizing that this is a tourist town that ceases to exist in winter.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And like we're wandering around, and it looked like the
Everything's
zombie
closed.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like we see one other human, and we're sitting at on the dock with the scope out. Birding scopes are very expensive, thousands of dollars. And my friend Tina has hers out, and all of a sudden, in slow motion, it falls into the bay. And like it was like
And the
watching.
rescue people go home on September 15th.
You know the scene in Lord of the Rings where Gandalf falls into the abyss and it just cuts to like Frodo going, "No!" Yeah, it was basically that scene. But the thing is, the bay had frozen, so we go over and look at it, and it's laying on the ice under the dock. And, we're like, and I'm seeing myself, because Tina has a heart condition, so we couldn't make her do it. I'm like, this is going to end with me rappelling down a
You
dock.
did
No, thank God, the one person who was alert, like, was running a fishing shop there. We were like, please do you know
How to get it.
where we can get a net? And he was like, I run like a deep sea fishing shop. Here's a net.
Pretty sure I got nets.
And he goes to hand it to me, and I'm about to, throw myself face down on the dock and get this thing out. And he's like, and chivalry took hold. And he was like, I cannot let this woman face plant on a dock in
that sweet?
2-degree weather. And the thing is, ironically, like his car was covered in bumper stickers that said, I like piping plovers fry. Because he bird watching, bird conservation is sort of a hotbed political issue up there. And here were 2 bird watchers, but he did it for us anyway. And Tina was like, I hate to tell you this, but your piping plover's actually a killdeer. Those aren't endangered, so if you eat those, it's fine. And which it's not under the Migratory Bird Act. But anyway, nevertheless, they're not the ones that he should have been mad about. Somebody got the neck rings wrong, and he nodded politely, and we thanked him profusely. And
That's neat.
For those of you who don't understand what's going on here, Ursula is what we call a birder. This is a person that
likes
is
birds.
willing.
no, it's not.
This is
I
a
don't
person
like
that
birds.
worships things that get
Yes.
in my
You
way.
like to look at birds.
This
I
is
like
a
to look at birds. I
person
don't like them
that will
particularly.
risk life and limb and health to catch a glimpse of a bird that she has not seen before.
We had
You can, okay, if you ever want to really screw with Ursula, have somebody, sneak up outside her house and under a window just shout, I just saw a rear-tailed evader, and all the lights will come on, the window will shatter as she comes leaping out in her night clothes with a giant scope and like a GPS thing out there. Where?
Well, I wouldn't, because there's no such bird as a rear-tailed evader.
Oh, you just haven't seen one.
That's right.
Have you been to
There is now. We just made it up.
Society outside of Norristown in Pennsylvania?
Not in Pennsylvania, no. I know there's one down here. Oh, there's branches everywhere.
It was
We
John
had
James
a
Audubon's
great
first
one.
home in the
Oh,
And it had
That's
all
it.
these
She's
pictures
going.
of the birds. They have the originals.
oh yeah.
Fantastic. But we laughed because one time I saw a Baltimore Oriole in my backyard.
Oh, cool.
And that was way up in Pennsylvania. Nobody believed me. It flew into my chicken wire fence and got caught and died.
Oh no.
And I took it into work and I said, "What is this?" And my boss said, he was a birder. He said, "That's a Baltimore Oriole." I said, "I told you I saw one."
I don't know why they wouldn't
Cindy?
believe you. But, yeah.
Well, because they don't go that far. But they
Birds
do go to
don't read the
Audubon
birding
Society.
books. That's the thing. Birds do not know where they're supposed to be, so it is entirely possible
Well,
you can spot one
I think
outside.
that they were attracted to the Audubon Arboretum
Oh, very possible. Yeah.
because we were how far away? 3 miles, 4 miles?
Something like that, yeah.
But it was caught in my fence, and he said it was probably a canary, a wild canary, something. No, it looks like a Baltimore Oriole. I looked at the.
You could tell because it had a baseball cap on.
And getting
It
them
had
to
a
stay on their
big
little heads in
O.
flight is a real problem.
Yep.
They have to have little neck straps.
All right. Cindy needs the link to this thing, so I'm going to send it to her here.
Why didn't she come up? Because she's not.
You ask
feeling
her.
well.
Not feeling well.
I'm not, okay, I got the cure for what ails her right
Her
here.
allergies are going crazy. I think she's allergic to North Carolina.
It happens. I'm allergic to Texas and Southern California.
Well, she can't handle magnolia.
I never had,
Oh,
Magnolias.
magnolia is hard.
I never had allergies till I moved to North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah.
I moved to North Carolina. My allergies cleared up.
Really?
I took allergy medication from the time I was like 10.
Really?
Moved here and no more symptoms.
I got like 3 years clear, and then I developed allergies.
Oh,
during
don't
it,
tell
yeah.
me that.
Um,
Like,
3
and now
years.
it's fine, and everything is great. And
Oh,
also,
good,
Pollen
good.
gives me money now.
I didn't have any.
Oh, Wadius is going to bed. Good night, Wadius. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
And pretty much, yes, you missed hats, Tuzzy. Lots of hats. As you can
We
tell,
had hats.
we
Who
are...
are you talking to?
Tuzzy is asking what
Hi,
he missed.
Tuzzy.
Yep. Hat sharing,
How do
bird
you say
talking.
Tuzzy? Is she leaving?
No, Wadius is going to
I'm gonna
bed
sit in a
because
more
Wadius
comfortable
is a
chair.
nerd.
Yes.
Thank
We have
you.
lost Kevin, so it's all good.
Yes.
He got
He's
involved
talking
with
geek.
Kevin
Ah,
is
yes.
geeking out.
Geek speak.
They're geekifying at each
Get
other.
back with the
All right,
black,
keep
the
it down
black
in there,
shirted
you
people.
geeks.
Isn't
Anyway.
it amazing
Black with white
how
characters on the
they
fronts of the
seem to
shirts.
be
Yes.
attracted
Yeah.
We should form a
to each
club.
other?
That's right. Yeah, the black The black shirt, white character people.
And Aaron Hjodefuder says, Gott natt, Varius.
Was?
Sov Gott.
Got it?
Which I probably said awfully because
Suck
they
off?
have the same letters. Yes, it probably says suck off.
Suck
They
off.
have the same letters in Swedish, but they are pronounced completely different.
Finland is the one that messed with me because Finnish is not like any other language.
No, it's not. Like the
anywhere
Finnish
nearby.
letter I is pronounced something like that.
And Iceland, which Iceland is gorgeous, but they have extra letters that do things.
Yeah,
and
like that one that's the A with the line through it. That you have to have a slide whistle to make the sound.
it's the one that's the
come to
P
Japan
that's
sometime.
sideways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's just a whole different alphabet.
Yes.
See, this is an uncanny valley alphabet. It's almost the correct alphabet that you recognize, and then occasionally another letter will go and you'll be like, this letter is unnatural. Well, whereas if it was all in hiragana, I'd just be like, okay, yeah, that's hiragana. But, this,
But the problem is not just in hiragana.
well, the romaji and whatnot, yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
Azerbaijan.
Tussie asks a very loaded question. John, what do you fly?
An
I
airplane.
fly a Mooney M201J, built in 1984. Beautiful airplane.
What are you doing?
I'm getting that fly. Oh, it's this thing in my glass. Sorry about
She's
that.
been swatting at the imaginary.
Please don't try to get your eye floaters out with that. That's,
I know. Sometimes
not gonna
they
work.
seem so real.
So yes, he flies a Mooney.
A Mooney M20J.
Yeah.
As
oh
a
yes.
matter of fact,
And Aaron says,
He
"Ah
just
yes,
happens to have a
Islandsk."
picture of it.
every
You
pilot,
speak Iceland. What's
every
that say?
pilot that's worth his salt has a
I think
picture of
that
his
says-
airplane.
Islandsk.
I think that's a TH.
That's the one you need the slide whistle, right?
No, that's the one that's the P that goes. It's like a P, but it's at instead of being at the top,
lines
it's
through it.
no. It's like a P where the circle is slid down part way, and then but Thingvellir. We went to Thingvellir and it was spelled like weird P-Vellir. So therefore, that must be the TH.
Yep. Tussie, my brother-in-law is not an Air Force pilot. He is an Air Force. You're a full
right.
colonel now, are you?
I'm an Air Force flight surgeon.
A flight surgeon. Yes.
So
See,
I am-
when the
I'm-
aircraft breaks, he fixes it. He's a flight surgeon.
I am the
No,
doctor
he
that takes
fixes
care
the
of the flight
people.
crew. I happen to be a civilian pilot,
Yeah.
which buys me a lot more credibility as a flight surgeon. And yes, I have flown the C-130. Yes, I probably could land the
And
C-130.
he was in a fighter plane.
I have flown F-16s.
Yep.
I have flown UH-60s. I have flown a Bell Jet Ranger. I've flown a lot of
I feel
airplanes
my
in the military.
testosterone levels
With-
rising.
Yes.
Yeah, I can coming right through
What
you.
was
And
that one that they got you a ride in?
F-16.
Hey, if they can
Yeah.
Icelandic,
Several
they can pronounce Hjoldefurd. Oh, Cindy made it. She's here.
Where?
Yay!
Says Cindy Mulvey,
Perform
perform surgery on
airplanes.
airplanes. Yes, that's a flight surgeon.
You really do not want me operating on airplanes. I'm a really good carpenter and a cabinet maker, but working on metal things,
In an airplane?
not
Okay.
so much my strength.
Tuzzy is stationed at Ramstein. I'm going to put you and Tuzzy off into a room together and let you two talk while we have a wine stream. Okay?
I'm in the military. I'm a C-130 flight surgeon.
And
The
he
most
is-
awesome airplane in the Air Force.
Yes, do you fly the C-17A? He works. You guys go
C-17
into
is
a
a
room.
baby airplane.
Go into a room, you two. You duke it out. When you come
Make
out
your own
again.
private
One of
screen.
my flight crews, the C-17 has the same runway performance as the C-130. So people are saying, yeah, the C-17 is going to replace the
That's
C-130.
mine.
And one of my air
Sure,
crews
that's
said,
yours.
when they take to the last C-17 to the boneyard at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base,
Okay.
there'll be a C-130 waiting to pick up the air
Would you
crew.
be kind enough to re-up
Turns out
one of the
C-17
bottles
can't
here?
land on a dirt runway. 'Cause all
Otherwise,
the
I'm
engines
going to
fall
drink
out.
the umbrella.
It's Lair.
No. I didn't
Mine
realize who
was
it was.
in
Like,
Lair.
From the refrigerator.
Yeah,
Would
yeah,
you be
yeah.
kind enough?
what do you got?
He was not expecting it when he turned around.
Yes, Aaron, the Hercules. You're right. That's an amazing
I
airplane.
need to run home and get some. You have more wine? I could go home.
No.
Susie, I'm glad you work
have
on
any
C-
more wine.
Susie, my
Other
apologies,
than the
Susie,
bottle that
having
Kevin
worked
has
on
got to
C-17s,
bring out.
Okay.
which of course is referred to colloquially in the Air Force
We
as
like wine.
Barney, because when it sits next to
Wine is
Fred, the
good.
It runs in the
C-5,
family,
it looks
you
like
can tell.
Barney.
Wine.
My phone wants me
Yeah.
to talk. Go away.
That's
Susie,
it.
when my reading says that when the airplane slows down below about 70 knots across the dirt, all four engines fought out. So I guess you haven't found that because you have to work on them. If they were fought out, you'd have to fix them.
See one of those on.
I think
There you go,
this
sir.
looks dynamite on
Thank
me.
you. Thank you very much.
So are you headed back
The
to your
C5
house
is the-
to pick stuff up or drop stuff off?
Frickin' ridiculous economic disaster, and I've been in C5s in
Oh,
those
okay.
too.
More.
I've
Moving
been
right
a
along.
flight
thank
surgeon in
you
C5s
two
as
go
well.
duke it out. Oh, this is lovely. Look at that. Look
What
at
is that?
Mine is
Same
what this
thing.
is.
Mine.
I will take it when I go.
This is
Okay.
Peasport and Mickelsburg Spätlese.
I don't want you to
Get
miss
busy
out on
here.
this. 'cause
I'm.
She's
What?
shot
What?
a
What?
tasty
What? Whoa!
gift
Whoa!
here.
Whoa! Whoa!
Mecleomanane.
Excuse me, woman.
Taste it.
Everybody wants plain
Here.
talk. People are talking way too
I
sophisticated.
haven't
We can't
finished
understand what
this
people
one.
are
I just
saying.
wanted-
People are asking for plain speaking people. So
What is it?
we're talking plain speak.
Take the front
Oh,
of it and
cool.
bend the front
Let's
down.
take a picture.
The C5 has a reputation
I
for breaking.
shun your terrible
Grab the other
punning.
one up there. The other one's got a
Oh,
better shape.
Sam, this is.
Someone's paying attention.
This is a Spätlese.
I
Okay.
didn't mean to punish you.
This is a Peasport and Mickelsburg Spätlese, which means late harvest in German.
And that is the green is.
That would have worked great, except the label was dead white because of the lights.
Here, I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
count it up
Tuzi,
and-
you're telling me that
There.
the C17
There you go.
does have problems with FOD.
Thank you very much for that, John. We're going to be
But you know
talking
what?
now about this wonderful
Our
Spätlese.
turboprops don't have that problem.
This is really good.
Well,
I
I'm
like
talking.
it.
There's two.
This is really good
Sadoras up
whiskey.
there. That one actually works a little bit better.
This
Yeah.
doesn't fit. This is too small.
Yeah, that one only fits me. It's like,
Yes, I'm driving, but
Yeah,
I don't think we're
that's
going
the door
anywhere
looks
for a little
pretty
bit.
Yep. That's
I
an
like
Italian
my
fedora.
hat better.
So Tuzi, yes, you are admitting that FOD's an issue in the C17. We don't even blink at it in the C130.
Oh, and Cindy says wine.
Wine, Cindy,
Wine?
there's
Yeah.
no wine.
Okay,
Wine
Tuzi,
not.
when we take the last C17 to the boneyard, I will
Cindy.
bet you a C130 is waiting to pick
It
up
says
the
a
airplane.
very, very lovely Peasport and Mickelsburg
excellent,
here.
yes.
It is great stuff. We're going to get on talking about wine now.
There's no plane on the label.
What do you
Cindy,
want to
tell-
talk about
tell Cindy
wine
There's a
for?
bottle of Apotheque in my. It's a really
That's
good
exactly
red
right,
blend.
Will you
Silent
tell her
Dawn.
there's a bottle of
That's why we have
Apotheque in
turboprops.
her what?
Wine thingy.
In the wine thingy. Cindy, there's a bottle in the wine thingy. That's what Mom said.
Apotheque.
Cindy is whining about airplanes too. My lovely bride is whining about airplanes too.
And Jarko Lasurgo says singing, not
I
yet.
live
Not
next
enough.
to a small private airstrip.
Yes.
Eagles Landing, it's called,
Yep.
and where people who are hobbyists. and
This is
occasionally-
a wonderful, sweet German wine from the Mosel
It's actually
Valley.
not bad.
I live
This
2 miles
dude
from my
does
airport.
Where did you get
tricks
this? I
over
want
the
some.
backyard.
Ah, Tien Long has
constantly,
made it.
and it's just like
Hi, Tien.
At some
Say
point,
hi
you
to
might have
Tien.
some spare parts that you can sell
Hi, Tien
when they
Long.
land in your
I'm
backyard.
just waiting
That's it.
for the
That's
day
perfect.
Tien
that
Long.
it.
Everybody
smart
wave
attitude.
to Tien Long.
Hi, Tien.
He's here. See, there he
Have
is.
a glass of wine.
The poor boys had a long day. Well, you can
worked-
relax
how
now.
How many hours did you work today?
Cindy is checking for the
Well,
bottle and wine
in the
thing.
United States, he would have worked 10 hours, but he's in Canada. That's 15 metric hours. Yep.
15 minutes.
Oh, I have a director I work with.
Yep.
Bambi has metric minutes because when she says this,
Sam,
Bambi
look at this.
Bambi Johnson.
Das ist ein
that
gutes
is-
Hut.
That works. That
Bambi,
works.
that's in fact her name.
Ein Foto.
Yep.
She is a
that's it.
choreographer, and if you wanted to
who
picture
is
someone
one
named
handed?
Bambi Johnson,
We have a hat
she
for
looks
a second.
exactly like what you expect. She
Shake
was a
it
Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
All I'm thinking of is a deer.
You see my
It's the
handy?
furry thing. I'm
what?
just seeing a deer.
Ein
With,
Handy.
I'll call
Bambi
it
is
for
an
you.
amazing choreographer, but Bambi comes to rehearsals with a particular idea in mind of what she wants.
That's a great hat.
And the thing that's her that's her superpower
Give a little bit of it.
is she then sees the
That's the
talent
back there.
she's
Try
working
it
with
there and see how
and
that
realizes
I like
what
that.
won't work.
A little bit more shit. Ah,
And
perfect.
she,
That
on the
works.
fly, changes it to
Great.
something that will work, that will make those people look like superstars.
that is a fantastic.
That's her
superpower.
superpower, but it takes a while. So a Bambi minute is a metric minute because it's got 100 seconds in it,
Your cell phone.
and a Bambi hour has 100 minutes.
Take a picture.
We'll call Mom's phone so
When
we
she
can
says
find
it's
it.
going to be an hour and we're going to take care of these 3 things, no, you're not. You're going to take care of one of these things in this hour, and the other 2 things is going to take another 3 hours to get
No,
through.
take a picture of me and
But
you.
we're going to have a great show when you're
I
done.
don't know. Oh, look at that ugly picture. Who's that ugly old
That's
broad?
Mom. I'm calling your phone so you can... Oh, did you turn the ringer off again? If you turn the ringer off, we're not going to be able to find it.
Here someplace.
Did you turn? Do you want me to call it?
Tim
I'm
Long,
calling it.
Tim Long is asking you, so what have I missed so far in the house of Conway Vernon Mulvey?
Lots of hats.
Lots of stuff. Airplanes. You missed airplanes.
Tons of airplanes.
Tons of airplanes.
But fortunately, we've completely thrashed out the plane issue, and there's no need to revisit it at all.
Oh, there's always a need to revisit
And my
airplanes.
mom has taken over Zilver's hat. It's her hat now.
That's right.
I don't know, the comrade grandma.
Comrade
Okay,
Grandma.
yeah, Comrade Grandma
Oh, yeah,
works
when
too.
she looked like Helen
I
Mirren.
didn't say that. Someone clever said that
Yeah.
on there.
That's when she was being Helen Mirren from Red.
Yes.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to
What?
take this opportunity, since nonsense is going on here,
Mine handy.
to do the drawing that
Dino the
is...
Pom Pom
You were sitting
That's
on
my
it.
that's
You
my
were
wall.
sitting on it.
Oh.
You were sitting on it. It's artwork time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go over to the drawing cam over there. There will be a briefness, as you know, and give us a moment. This is for those of our patrons who have given lots of money. Here.
Too much blood.
That's the drawing cam. Okay. So here's how it works. We bring up the list. I hope you can hear me over there. We bring up the list of things people want to have drawn. And it's in...
A Mooney.
Yeah, I like that.
A
here it
Mooney
is.
about to make a beautiful landing on runway
All right.
31 and
I need a chair. Somebody stole my chair. There's all sorts of stuff here. There's glasses. Wow. Okay.
I need a tag.
All right. I need somebody to help me, and anybody who wants to help, I need somebody to tell me what they're asking for. We have, for example, Jackal the Circle. Actually, Ursula, would you like to do the drawing?
I will do some drawing, but then I think you must take over.
All right. Ursula Vernon, our lovely guest tonight that came by completely unexpectedly.
Artist of honor.
She has agreed to help with the drawing. And the very, very first drawing we have, this comes from Jackal the Circle. He wants to draw a nice gift box with a bow on it, with a note that says, from so-and-so to Uncle Kage. That sounds rather easy.
Can you actually see what's being drawn?
Yes,
Okay.
I think.
It's-
We're
there's
going
a
to
camera
find out.
right
There's a
over
camera
here.
over top of you. Actually, let me put it on so you can see.
Yay.
See, you can see that.
All right, yes, I've drawn a tiny chicken. All right, a gift
that
box.
neat?
Okay, this is a gift box, not a tiny chicken.
Okay.
A gift box with a gift box with a nice bow on it that has a note that says from so and so to Uncle Kage. And while Ursula is drawing that, here's the trick to that. The next time Tian Long is here, he has got to tell the story of what is in the gift box. So, my dear friend Tian, look at this gift box very carefully, because the next time you come to visit, we have to tell the good people what's in the gift box.
Well, you should put like feet and arms and stuff pushing out the side.
I shall leave that entirely to the very, very highly talented
She's awesome.
Ursula Vernon. She is a Hugo Award-winning author and illustrator, but for God's sake, do not let children in her house. It will scar them for life. It is filled with animal skulls grinning at you. Okay. Are we done?
No!
Oh, what do you mean
She's
no?
just
Okay.
getting started.
Sorry, okay, I forgot.
I'm
She's
sorry,
an
it's just
actual
the
artist.
hand sanitizer in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Fucking hysterical.
you like my hand sanitizer?
The
Don't
one,
go to
the
the
hand
bathroom.
sanitizer labeled, maybe you touched your genitals. I'm just like, I may be a little inebriated.
Yes.
Okay, what
Incidentally,
else is he
while Ursula is drawing, this portion of
There, okay.
Winestream is brought to you by Look and Feel Canadian Instantly, life-transforming breath spray. Okay. There we are. Okay, well, that's lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take over the next one because I am eminently qualified
Look
to
and
draw the
feel,
next one.
what is it, maple?
The next one is a giant banana with freaking laser beams attached to its head, destroying a city.
Oh, you picked the right person to draw.
That's me.
Where's the
Okay, I got where's the whiskey? All right.
Some of it's
Okay, here we go.
I swiped something.
This is not a
Okay.
bad Irish whiskey.
A giant banana with freaking laser beams in its head.
I fell in love with
We apologize for the chaos in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The wine doth flow, if you know what I mean.
Have you had the Jameson?
Okay.
Scotch?
So, the banana, of course, we're going to draw the face first. I learned that from Stan Sakai.
So when we
Bananas have slit pupil eyes, right?
on, I think
and
it was Thursday night,
He's like
we went to the
totally
Francis
like
Stilwell. It
had the beer.
ferocious, and
On
he's like,
Friday,
but he's a
we
banana,
went
so
to
he's
the
shaped like a banana, and bananas are kind of
Jameson
shaped
Distillery in
like
Middleton,
this.
which is
You
where we
see,
had the cask
that's a,
made, which
that
turns
is a
out
banana. That's exactly what it is
is
because
in
he's got a
the
stem
stout cask from
up here,
Francis
right?
Stilwell Brewery.
And he,
Yes,
of course,
so I've
bananas
had
also
loads of
have
stuff
like
in the
lines that go
and
through them
it's
like this.
Um,
And he's got trogdor legs. We gotta have the trogdor legs, right?
Absolutely.
And he's of course got he's got like kaiju arms, blah blah. And he is destroying a city that is particularly large. And there's a very very small city here. I'm going to draw a very very small. So it's like North Korea. He's destroying here. That's the thing. But he's got freaking lasers coming out of his head. So we have here. Looks very much like my mom's hat, and he is going pew 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 because freaking lasers. He is warding off the North Korean military, which is up here. Great, so that's me doing this kind of crap here. What's next on the list after this, Ursula?
After the
Yeah.
banana, whatever the hell you want.
Oh, whatever the hell I want. Whatever the hell I want. Oh boy.
And then there's one that's just the butter situation.
Oh, that's easy. Whatever the hell I want. I have an idea. Okay, hang on. I have an idea. Here we have a lovely what do you call these things? Coaster. From Tanida, it's two-sided. From Tanida Real, I am going to draw my rendition of this. Okay, it's a snow leopard, also known as a snep. Sneps have noses. They're kind of shaped like this, like bananas. And then they got these like slits in them that come down like this. And then they kind of come up this way, and they come around like here. And then they got floofy cheeks, right? Floofy cheeks like this. And then the thing about sneps that a lot of people don't realize is that they've got their ears are actually cookies. You see, they've got these big cookie-shaped ears, kind of come up like that. Yep. And he's got floof coming up, but he's a tiny snep, so he's like, wow. And but he's all like, I think he's drunk or something like that because he's got all sorts of teeth here. He's like, wow. And this particular snep is wearing a very, very, very nice collared shirt with a tie. And he's missing part of his head right here because this particular snep worked for Jackie Chan. That was what happened. That's why he's missing that part of his head there. Yep. There's a story behind this snep, but we're going to have to buy me a drink to talk about that. That's from Uncle Kage. Thank you very much. What's next after that, Ursula?
2 people who I don't know getting drunk together at Eurofurence.
Oh, 2 people getting drunk at Eurofurence.
Caraway and Tuzzy.
Caraway, okay. Caraway's easy. Caraway's a bunny. Bunnies have balls on their faces like this, right? Okay, and then they have these like giant ears, like this, and because it's caraway, his eyes go like that, and they have like these little noses, right? And caraway, he's like got his caraway loves wine. Caraway loves wine, so he's got a lovely.
That is not a bunny head.
What's wrong with it?
Well,
What? It's got ears? Well, okay, you draw a bunny head then, for God's sake. You're so smart. Okay.
But you got If you look in the side, it's hard to see, but it says my skies and my
Meanwhile, I'm going to run around and ask Tuzzy what he is. Hey, Tuzzy, what are you? So we can draw it.
That's why the song's in her wedding band says, "You are my son." My skies and my son.
If you look inside this one, you can see the name of the artist who carved it.
Nice.
The same.
So
which
there's
is another. This is the Haida Raven.
Haida Raven.
Yes, because I have a raven problem. Sweetie, do I have a corvid problem?
maybe
Tuzzy's
a tiny
fox,
bit
Tuzzy's a
one.
fox. Okay. All right.
Well, where I am, I get to fly around bald eagles.
Well, I got the same thing. It's ears and a butt-shaped face. Sorry, ball-shaped face and.
If they had it here,
And
they
then
would.
get on like.
I was just
This was right group of us. Yeah, I want you to get on the cruise.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So there's the bunny and a fox. foxes have like these long noses, right? And they have all this flew from the sides of their faces. They have kind of triangle ears like this, and he's very happy. You're going to complain about my fox too? Well, what? Because he's got a very, very nice, like, brandy snifter here, right? And you have a problem with my fox?
Wait, where's the brandy snifter?
There. All right, you fix it. If you're so smart, you fix it, okay? Let me make sure that's still in
I
frame.
will cut you if you don't give me wine.
You've got a whole bottle.
Foxes are harder because they're...
What?
Give it to me.
God damn it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I took like the first day, and we actually went to the Tower. The only two places we went really were the Tower of London and the British Museum.
Okay, so here we have somebody else giving her impression of a fox compared
I
to
think that's
mine.
much better fox than yours. I'm
Well, okay,
sorry.
look, it's got the same concept. It's got the pointy ears. It's got the sly eyes.
But
It's got the long,
sorry
narrow
about
muzzle.
that, Sam.
It's got a long, narrow muzzle, and it's
You're
got
not
fluff on its
an
face.
My first thought is I thought it would be bigger, and then my second thought is that little.
It is a little lopsided because I've had too much
Jen,
to
did
drink.
you hear my mom say that? Yes, you heard my mom say that. Okay. All right.
Well, she's a better drawer than you are.
Well, I'm trying my best here. All right. Let's see.
He has other talents. I
I
can't
know
organize a
that.
file.
That's a lot.
Leonardo da Vinci.
That's a cool fox.
All right.
Probably about 15 years ago, I got to go to the
A brandy snifter.
Yes.
Yep.
We just know one of the ones that's sort of like rounded at the top and
Oh
then
my God!
so you can huff the fumes of the brandy.
Yeah, something like that.
I know, right?
I'm looking at these pieces of art that
Thank you.
Not just that, but
they're
they're
anatomic
they're
drawings.
almost the basis for an entire
Exactly.
field. Yeah.
And I
Okay, so we have here the basic semblance of a fox.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
thank you for that, Ursula. All right, I'm going to draw the next one because I know how to draw this one.
He can.
This one is,
Obviously, I'm passionate about it.
well, you read it to me. It's a furry trainer in a German Shepherd Kigurumi,
Drinking wine.
drinking wine. That's easy.
Trainer.
Okay, Mom says hi.
Pokemon trainer.
Skulls came through.
Pretty much, yes.
I was
Okay.
just like,
Furry trainer is a very, very pretty lady, and very, very pretty ladies have faces that are kind of shaped like this, and she's all happy, right? And she's got a nose ring, but she's wearing a German Shepherd Kigurumi. And the thing is, German Shepherds have like these boxy muzzles up like this here, and they got more of this floof, kind of like foxes do, and their ears are kind of broader, they're broad ears like that. And this very happy German Shepherd, right? But because it's a Kigurumi, it like kind of surrounds her face like that, and then it's kind of very, very fluffy like this, and the arms kind of come down to these things.
All your doors are full of holes and
Yep.
things.
And she's drinking a glass of wine.
I can't get away from the idea that,
There we go. Now, even Ursula Vernon could not complain that this looks exactly like a woman wearing.
I'm Methodist.
Yep.
All I
Thank you. This is for Furry Trainer. Thank you very much. Now, the next one.
We're having a religious war in the background.
All right, be quiet with the religious war. We're drawing here. All right, the next one I think you might be eminently qualified to draw from Bertie the Scottish Griffin.
Bertie got, has
Yes.
fallen into the big haggis pot.
Yes, Bertie got drunk and fell into the big haggis pot. Floof. Ursula, would you be kind enough to, he is a Scottish Griffin. I believe the front part of him is a blue jay.
It's all right. He's in a pot of haggis, so
Yes.
we can make with a
well,
sword.
if the Methodists have it, we have it.
Wait a minute, this one's empty. Why am I drinking it?
There's several, television series.
I don't actually know if there's a special sort of pot for haggis.
Oh, yes, that is a haggis pot. I've studied this extensively. Yeah, that is a haggis pot, very definitely.
And he walks into the group.
And here we have a, he's on his back then, is he? Yeah, okay.
I'm just a stupid man.
Here we have a Scottish Griffin.
I rely on that phrase.
Does he have tail feathers or lion tail?
I think he has tail feathers for purposes of this drawing.
Okay, good.
Yes. and he has fallen into a pot of
How many times
haggis,
have you
having
listened
had too much to drink.
broadcast, a Broadway soundtrack?
Probably not. I've seen the show.
I saw the show.
Unless you have lion paws on the back, in which case.
No, no, no,
well,
that works. That works. I like that. I like that.
I've done a lot of God's music. My
I
wife and I are both musicians.
Phew.
did a live when I was.
Oh, that's perfect.
And now other animals must
Oh, right.
decide
And
if they're going to
other,
rescue him.
and will the other animals rescue him? That's the next thing. Will the other animals rescue him?
It's very John as compared to.
Matthew or Luke.
Well, I was gonna say because Jason.
They're talking theology in the background.
They're talking theology while we're drawing a Scottish griffin face down in a bowl of haggis with other animals deciding whether or not to rescue him.
Matthew
No.
has the
John is very.
Shouldn't that be nay?
yeah, that's the thing. John is the
He's
spiritual one.
this is at a con. He's
Got
from
it. It's a
another
con.
country.
Yeah.
Luke was the doctor.
Yeah, well, Luke is derived from the Q
And
document
here we
and
have
from
a corvid apparently coming along to save the day.
So the Q document.
Yes, the corvid will have a rope.
The Q document.
This is not a way to draw a rope, but I've had wine.
It works. It works. That's a wine rope. I like it.
All right.
Thank you, Ursula. Thank you so much. Yep.
Critical. There's a
Next,
document
we
in the
have
John.
audience thanking his Tromso Patreon for supporting him. That is easy.
history now.
It's a little loud here. We're sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Wadius wants me to thank my friend from Norway. Okay, so we're going to draw Uncle Kage. Okay, now, I know how to draw Uncle Kage. He's got this kind of potato-shaped head, right? And he has this astroturf hair on
He
top.
wears a top hat sometimes, though.
Well, then people will think it's alkali, right?
Oh, okay, you're right. You're right.
And he's got these ears, and he's very, very happy.
The sound is here, or else this is a very confusing experience for the watchers.
Oh my God, this has never happened before. Okay, so here we have Uncle Kage, and of course he's wearing his nice coat and his, lab and everything, and he's too fat, whatever. But he wants to thank Wadius, and I'm not 100% sure if I got this right, but I think the Norwegians say tak. If they don't, the Swedes say it, and that's close enough to Norway for me, right? And this is for Wadius.
I'm sure there has never been any history of hostility between Norway and Sweden. That
No, they're practically the same country. They love each other. What's after Wadius there, please?
Draw a doorbuster deal for half-price Anthrocon badges just as the doors open for the Black Friday sale.
A doorbuster deal for half-price Anthrocon badges as the door is open. Okay, we're going to draw Uncle Kage again with his potato-shaped head, right?
Trampled under the horse.
Oh, no, even better than that. With his astroturf hair. But now people are, like, trying to, like, take money from him. Yep. So he kind of looks like Walter from, Jeff Dunham. Yeah. And he's got his tie here, and his tie is all crooked and everything. Yep. And, he's got his arms folded, and he's basically, he's like, no! There you go. Okay, that's better. Who was that for again?
That was Silent Dawn.
Silent Dawn likes tigers, so we're going to draw a quick tiger here. There's a tiger. Tigers have butt-shaped faces, too, and they kind of come up like this, and they have cookie-shaped ears. And are you going to complain that this does not look like a tiger?
I'm just deciding.
It's a tiger, see? Look, it's got stripes.
It's outsider art.
It's impressionism. It's
outsider art.
It's French impressionism. French impressionism. Je parle français.
I don't know.
Ma grand-mère était un Huguenot.
I was a hero first, and a French guy yelled at you.
Mon crayon est jaune. Où est la guerre?
You said your crayon was yellow.
Oui. Mon stylo est pointu. Mon stylo est pointu. Prochaine. What's next for us here?
Furries on the International Space Station.
Furries on International. Oh God, Furries on International Space Station. Okay. The International Space Station as we know, is kind of dog bone shaped. It's kind of shaped like this, right?
I have no idea. I can look it up.
I've seen it. Yes, yes. It's the just watch Mystery Science Theater 3000, and it's got little tiny windows, and in each window we have a furry, and furries have like ears and noses, and actually that's one of the robots actually. And here we have somebody with ears and eyes and noses, and here we have like a kitty with his butt-shaped face. And here we have a furry saying, "Oh whoa, what's this?" And here we have there. Okay, that's it. What's next?
I question that.
Trust me, I'm a scientist. I know what space stations look like, and that's one of them.
Nothing like that.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
What? Show me. Show me. Okay. Well, all right. It's got these. It changed. Hang on. I'm clicking one. All right. So it's got these things coming up off. Whoa. It's pictures went. Okay. It's got these things coming off of it, kind of like a rooster. All right, and then these things come up like this, and there's one here, and there's a couple there, and might want to throw one in, and there's one like that. And let's give him one of those big beefy arms there. Oh, that looks really great, coming off the back of his neck there, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at His Majesty. Okay, what's next?
The butter situation.
The butter situation. The butter situation. The butter situation was pancakes, stack of pancakes. That's a kind of crooked stack of pancakes, right? On their little bowl here. Then the tureen of syrup, which had like a kind of lid on it like this and a ladle coming out, right? And then the butter.
Food.
Yes, the butter.
Everybody ate all the food.
1, 2, 3, and this is no. And the guy was like, oh my God, how dare you! I am furious. You must not have. What are you doing?
I'm drawing.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Look,
You are not drawing.
I made a circle.
Are we done?
It says we're done.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I have
Okay.
no idea if any of that came through, but
I don't know either. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. She needs food. No food around. What are we gonna do? All right. We're switching, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a moment. Give us a moment. So, welcome to my house, ladies and gentlemen. It used to be sane and ordered.
Why don't we ask Cindy to bring down peanuts and nuts and...
Why don't we just order a pizza?
We had that last night.
Oh, for God's sake.
Last.
Wait. I know what you want. Don't go away. I know exactly what you want.
he knows what she wants.
I know what she wants.
He reads it so well.
I got no idea. Apparently, I'm the only one talking to the Winestream right now. Hi guys, how you doing?
This is Ursula. She's the new Winestream person. You can send your money straight to her.
You don't have to do that, really. Unless you want to help me buy chicken feed, that would be okay.
Chicken feed is good.
Yes.
Is chicken feed cheap?
Chicken feed is fairly inexpensive. I have to say,
Really?
it is not expensive.
Okay. What do you feed your chickens? Corn?
Wait, hang on. I'm back.
No, there's this stuff called layer pellets that you just.
Okay, I'm back. This is. What would you like, Mom? You would like some
Chocolate.
Japanese sake-flavored Kit Kats.
Oh Jesus!
You like sake, you like Kit Kats. We're going to give you some Japanese sake-flavored Kit Kats. Here you go. Oh, would you like to try one?
Dankeschön.
Would you like to try one?
It's
Ursula?
what
There
I
you go.
do.
No? Are you sure?
She would
Smart
probably
woman,
have
okay.
an allergic reaction, and we'd have to get.
So,
Well, thank God we have a doctor in the house.
these are Japanese sake-flavored Kit Kats. So I'm curious to see what you think. Do you need assistance? We have a doctor. He can open that for you.
No, I am a strong, intelligent woman.
Strong, independent chicken.
Yes.
Opening these things.
Oh, God. See, let me open one for you, dear.
Trying.
Here, this
I
one's
got
open.
it.
All right.
It's white.
Yeah, this is Japanese
Does it have coconut in
sake.
it?
Actually, maybe it does. Does it have coconut in it? Somebody tell me. No.
that dessert that we bought for Thanksgiving called Marshmallow Delight? It's got coconut in it.
No. What do you think?
Interesting.
Okay, your face
Oh, yeah.
says volumes.
It's sort of strawberry flavored carnauba wax with kind of an undertone.
You're right. You know, it tasted like what candle drippings.
So it's a candle drippings kit. Are you sure you wouldn't want one, Julie? Okay, your doctor told you to cut down on candle drippings, huh?
It's like if you got a Yankee candle that was pretty cheap, and then
Yeah.
you put it on a cracker.
It's got like.
cost me
inside
$16,
stuff
you know.
like Kit Kat. $15. You got ripped off.
I think I did.
Well, but you're richer for the experience.
Well, I'm glad I could share it with
The
friends.
wafer is decent, but the outside part is disgusting. So I'll eat it anyhow.
Let's get back to our chat and see what the hell people are talking about.
I hope it's not. We haven't heard anything forever.
Oh God, that would suck. Oh yeah.
About this, wasn't there?
Whoa. Tuzzy says, so am I supposed to create a GoFundMe account for Oma and Uncle Kage to matching tattoos? No, Tuzzy, you misunderstood. We are not getting tattoos.
I think
We are
we
not.
should get daggers on our ankles.
We are not getting tattoos. Thank you very. Thank you very much for the thought there, Tuzzy. It was very sweet of you,
I
but it's
think
not
that-
going to happen.
On my varicose vein. in
Have
my
we
ankle.
noted the present that Alkali got for me? The Bad Dragon microphone? There we go. All right. Thank you very much. That's
That
it.
is-
I
That
think
hefty.
to cover up a varicose vein.
I think that what we need to do now is move right on to the next question. What are you doing throwing trash in my hat, you old witch? God damn it. Don't do that to my hat. Oh, I missed some shit. What shit did I miss? Do I really want to miss some shit? Oh, God. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. Jack
The
of the
butter
Cir-
situation.
Oh.
Ursula must be dying slowly on the inside, and then I lose the rest behind the thing. Yeah, but I'm used to that.
It's hard to see.
Everything and nothing.
Can't you make it bigger?
Can I make it bigger? We're going to try to.
Control
All
and-
right. No, wait. Wait.
have
There's
to do that.
there's a thing up here. The thing is,
Scroll.
The Inthiginator?
there's a thing to change the thing, and the thing with the.
Can't you just hit control and scroll?
No, I'm trying it. Oh wait, that did it. That did it. There you go.
There
Okay,
you go.
that's as big as I'm willing to make
Hey,
it
I
because
see Cindy.
it's going to go too fast.
Education is never free. You better
Yep.
believe it.
All right.
Micklehone, you missed some
Oh,
shit.
Sans, so I heard you're going to Anthrop Crossroads. You missed it, Sans. I am going to Anthrop Crossroads. My dear and sainted mother's going to
We're
Anthrop
going to get a
Crossroads.
hotel and stay overnight.
I
so
was
we
afraid of
can
that.
have
We're trying to convince Ursula
a-
here
Ursula, you
to.
need to
I
go.
can at least certainly swing by for a day
Yeah.
happily.
And my sister's here. She's not here, but she's.
She's in
Here,
the
yep.
stream. There she is down the bottom. She
Yep.
just said that's what she said.
We don't want to do. And
What
Sans
did she
says
say?
you should join us. Well, Sans, we're going. That's
Oh, they're
what
talking-
I'm saying. We are going.
Somebody's
We're
talking
here.
about Puke Fest. We had a Puke Fest today on Monty
Where?
Python.
Where? Where did you see that?
McLion,
Maine?
And there, Puke Fest.
Oh yes, get rid. Yes, I introduced this lovely lady to the Mr. Creosote scene from Monty Python's The Meaning of Life.
It was beautiful.
She saw the artistry in it even as I did. I mean, just the way that Michael Palin delivered his lines. Yes, yeah, you better get a bucket. I think I'm gonna throw up.
He
It
can
was
do
beautiful.
the entire Monty Python show from the beginning.
Every
to
geek
the end.
can.
It was great. It was
Honestly,
especially
getting
right
them to
after
stop is awful.
And
Thanksgiving.
Tuzzy, where have you been? You should all go to Eurofurence. We go every year. She's been.
Is Katie on
Oh
there?
yeah, yes. The You Should Know was meant for me. Yes, I will try to come to
Oh,
to
Ursula,
yes
Again.
Once you go, you'll want to go every year.
to
What you need
to
to
Anthrop
do is-
Crossroads.
No, Eurofilm.
Oh, I've done Eurofurence.
Okay.
I was there. You nearly ran me down twice.
Okay.
It's all right. I realize they all blur together. Yeah.
Well, I thought the Puke Fest was classic for Thanksgiving.
Oh, it was classic Thanksgiving entertainment. Yes. Oh boy.
This was one of the best Thanksgivings.
It was.
Jianlong,
I
should
got
you
high on ham.
should you go to
High
Anthrop
on
Crossroads?
ham.
The
it
answer
turns out
is
if you eat
yes.
enough ham, you're totally just high on ham.
But you get water in your
So
skin.
did you have a ham supper?
You're looking at me like I should know the response.
Did
to
you?
it.
It's a
You
yes or
mean
no
you had
question.
ham
Did you
and
have a
turkey?
ham supper?
Yes.
Did you consider having lo mein noodles with it?
No.
You could have had a ham supper with lo mein. In a moment, Chen Long is going to roar angrily. Just wait for
Okay.
it. There's an in
Ham
joke
and
here.
lo mein.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I see it coming. Yes. No, I just ate a shit ton of ham.
Yep. Yes. There, he's
What
figured
do
it
you say?
out. Yes, I know what you're saying.
Ham supper, lo mein.
Ham supper lo mein.
I
Yes.
know what you're saying.
I'm getting bitten now.
Bitter.
This was one of the first phrases in Cantonese
biting.
I learned. Oh hai ham sup guai lo,
Dragon.
which pretty directly translates to I am an old white pervert. So
Guai lo.
ham sup lo is basically a pervert in Cantonese. So ham sup lo. And now he's very upset because he never intended to teach me that phrase, and he realized afterward he had. So
Picked it up.
Well,
I can't remember anything, but you teach me a bad
Bitter,
word in a foreign
bit-
language, I'll always remember.
Bite.
Yes,
bite.
there's ladies over there. Yes,
There's
I'm terribly
ladies
sorry.
over there. Hey, Tianlong.
Tianlong, I'm pretty sure you're aware our virtue is safe from Sam.
You're right. Maybe.
Don't make me take away your wine, Missy.
That's water.
Oh, Jesus, fish fucking that stuff. Take it back.
Water.
Now, doesn't turkey make you low tryptophan or something like that?
Not to the extent that people think.
Ever hear of turkey lo mein?
Turkey lo mein.
I could make that for dinner.
You can make turkey lo mein, but it doesn't really have the same pun as it does in Cantonese.
I have a whole big bag of dried mushrooms,
Don't threaten me, woman.
and I have a whole big bag of noodles, rice noodles. What did he say? You're cut
I can pour a new one
off.
for you.
Fake news.
Fake news, alternative facts, you threaten me. Yeah, right. That's how you know you got him. Where's your hat?
I took it off because it's flattening my hair.
Oh, yes, can't have that.
One of the worst things a lady needs is flat hair.
Yep. And Tuzzy says, be
But then you
careful.
just wear a hat and I can't see your hair.
Makes my head itch.
He says, Omakage might stab you if you take away her wine. Tuzzy, you don't know how
better
close you
believe
are.
it.
When I was visiting her house in Pennsylvania, I went by the bookcase, and I stopped, and I backed up, and I looked. There was a throwing knife sitting on the bookcase.
You never know when you're going to need it.
I said, Mom, why do you have a throwing knife? And she shouted, because you never know when you have to throw a knife.
She's not wrong.
I don't carry a gun.
Yet,
I don't keep a gun under my pillow.
now you don't.
I don't
I
know, struck
don't
me. You,
have
like,
a rifle.
Not yet.
the people who keep guns under their pillows, what kind of pillow do you have? Because, like, I need, like, 3 pillows. It's uncomfortable.
It's like the Princess and the Pea,
Yeah,
right?
the Princess and the Winchester is going to be a
You have
problem.
a king-size pillow. The gun goes here, your head goes here.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yep.
I have a friend.
I'm mostly used to rifles, so they would be very
Well,
uncomfortable.
I had a friend in Texas who kept a 45,
Mm-hmm.
Colt 45, and she said she was 92 when she died. She always slept with a loaded, ready to go Colt 45.
With no disrespect intended, what did she die of?
Lead poisoning?
No, dementia.
Oh, okay, not of keeping a Colt 45 loaded under the pillow.
She
Okay.
was ready. She was ready. Nobody ever bothered her because everybody knew she could
Yeah.
take care of herself.
Clearly.
She was part something Indian, and her hair was still black when she died.
Part something Indian. Those are they coexisted with the Pimas, I believe, in Arizona, the somethings.
She told me what it was, but I can't remember. North American, Native American
Oh,
person.
Caraway, who is British, is asking, is there such a thing as a gun-sized pillow?
Sure.
America. Really?
Sure, America.
America.
It's a king-size pillow. You sleep on one side, your gun is on the other.
I thought that was your husband, dear.
That's,
When
yeah,
he
that,
dies, you gotta have a gun. I got 2 pillows. I got a throwing knife. That's
Yes,
all I
Ursula.
need.
if I was gonna buy a mechanical item to replace my husband, I don't know if I'd go for a gun immediately. I'm just.
Let us change the. We're going to change the subject at this time. This line of reasoning is becoming too silly.
A throwing knife is better.
Did anybody notice how really interesting this cork is? This is one of the most interesting corks. How it's kind of cork shaped, and it says, and it's got words on it. So going back to a subject we weren't talking about.
Who is going to think an old lady like me has a really good throwing knife under her pillow?
What if I start?
Well, anyone who's watching the Winestream.
Well, they don't.
Yep.
They're not going to try to get in my place.
You're being called a prude.
By my sister. I got goods on you, sweetheart. Don't dick with me, okay?
Who's Tian Long? He's very talkative.
Oh, Qian Long is one of the Chinese gentlemen that I occasionally have
He's
to
a
come visit me.
Canadian.
He is not actually Chinese, he's Canadian, but he had surgery to make himself look Chinese.
And he's built like
That's a
built
lot.
like a Canadian.
No, okay, you look at the way the guy's built like a lumberjack, he cannot possibly be Chinese. He's had Chinese transition surgery.
He transitioned.
It's a brain surgery where they screw around and they make you like chicken feet and fish eyes and things like that.
To be more
Yep.
Asian looking.
And we're getting in a lot of trouble here.
Lies, slander, racism.
He can't come down so much anymore because now
Because he's
got
working.
a real
He's a
job.
working man, but he is coming down for New Year's.
Oh, okay.
He's coming
We're
down
gonna
for New
have
Year's.
New Year's Eve party.
We're
since
going to have a
we're
New
not
Year's
going-
Eve party.
Okay.
Can I come?
Sure,
Sure.
you can come.
Great.
You want to come to our New Year's Eve
Jen,
party?
if you end me, you cannot
possibly,
come to the
yes.
New Year's party.
All right. Anybody who's watching
Careful. Anybody who's watching,
who doesn't
call
live
first.
in this country.
Can I wear your hat?
You want to wear this hat?
No, I want to wear this hat.
You may wear that
That's
hat.
great.
At the New Year's party.
That hat
That's
suits
what I'm
you.
Is
talking
this
about.
that
At the New Year's party.
$600 hat that the guys
No, that one's up there.
There are lots of buff Chinese men out there. guys.
Okay, she found a picture of Qian Long. That is Qian, yes. But that guy has also had Chinese conversion surgery. He started out as an East German female swimmer. I mean, look at it.
Now we have the
You were alive. You remember the original Olympics when the East German swimmers came out, right?
I remember there being a scandal of some sort.
Yes.
Which is the hat that they gave you?
We're not the one I had on before.
I'm not sure.
I think it's the one.
It's the one under the bowl.
I can't reach it.
Then leave it.
It's got
Yeah.
it's got a little label. on
I'm
it
trying
that
to have
says
your back here,
famous.
Tien, but you know,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Moth Monarch saying, "What am I even witnessing, my dear? I don't know. I was trying to have a wine stream, and these people came into my house. So, cheers.
It'll be inside.
This might be. This is it, Sam.
What? Yes, that's it. It's got the thing.
$100?
American, yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hats are
Yep.
expensive.
Oh,
It came
yes.
from Italy.
yes. Yes, read the picture. That's why he's such a good dancer. Yes, the guy, the gentleman that
He's
is
a
Qian Long's
fantastic
human pet is a fantastic dancer. He is the gentleman who created Floor Wars, you know.
I knew nothing of the sort.
Now you're educated.
I
Okay,
feel
the modern, currently popular furry convention dance competition, Qian Long's
Was
human pet
boring.
invented. What?
It was boring before Qianlong.
It was
Yes.
boring until he showed up. Thank you.
Because these guys came on and did all this silly stuff.
They kind of gyrated and fell down
and
and
he
had.
sort of set the standard
Yeah.
for dancing.
Yes, it's a name. He goes by Ronnie, the human who's behind Qian Long, and he set the bar so high that it was so cute. He went to Euroferns for the first time, and they had their version of Floor Wars, and they were like dancing, and I'm watching, and I never really appreciated what a fantastic dancer he was till he got out there, and I was like, dude, whoa! First off, his.
Is this like one of those you got served things?
Yes.
But it was
Yes.
him versus all of
Yeah.
Germany.
Well,
Yeah.
scientifically, he is from a region outside of Toronto, It's about like a 6 square mile region where the laws of gravity operate differently than they do in the rest of the world. He basically can manipulate gravity to cause himself to remain aloft for like 25 seconds at a time without touching the ground.
Well, it looks like he's touching the ground, but he's not.
It's all a trick. Ancient Chinese secret, as they say.
So there's videos of him.
Yeah.
Go on to, where would you go for a video of it?
You go to YouTube and you look up either Ronnie dancing or Tianlong dancing, and you will find it.
Okay.
We cannot show it here because it'll take 8 seconds, and YouTube will shut me down with a copyright violation. So
It's true.
we had Silver doing caramel dancing back here. He was
Yeah.
drunk, and we just got the music. And YouTube, even while we were still broadcasting, slaps us with a copyright thing.
Good Lord.
All right, when you remember Boozy Barrister was here last stream or something? Do you remember how we ended it when both of us kind of belting out the parting glass? Somebody hit me with a copyright violation claiming he had copyright on the parting glass, which was published in 1758 in Great Britain. This is an old guy.
Clearly.
Really old guy.
Yeah, this is basically a copyright pirate. Yeah, copyright troll, thank you.
1758. He would be
yep.
200 and whatever.
Something like that, 200.
Maybe it was in his family.
And maybe buffalo are going to fly out of my ears. Ears. Thank you. Chin said something, and then nothing's been said. Oh, there it is. There it is. Caraway, I'm going to punch you in your little butt face next time I see you, okay?
Hey, Caraway.
Mom
Did you
says
find
hey.
Kofu?
Who?
Kofu?
Kofu, yes. I found
Where
him.
is he now?
Somewhere in the area. Kofu is a lovely young gentleman. He was living here. He is Taiwanese by birth and by citizenship, and of course he had to do a national service. You got to go back and be a soldier. Kofu came back and came knocking on my door to say, hi, I'm back. He didn't know I was doing this thing down in... No,
Denver?
actually, I was in Arizona at the time. I was in a damn con.
Not a real fun one. The anime one.
We're not going to go into that when the
Oh,
camera's
he
rolling.
loved anime.
Thank you.
Arizona is spectacular.
Oh, Arizona is absolutely gorgeous because it's flat. My God, what is that? Flat.
Yes. Except for Phoenix, yes. But
When you've got these stoned kids running through the streets and you have to wrestle them down.
some of the best food I've ever had is in Tempe, Arizona.
Oh, Tuzzy says, show Caraway the drawing you did for me so he can... Which one did I do for Tuzzy?
More.
Hi!
Move over.
What drawing did... Tuzzy, I don't remember what drawing I did. Was it recently? Hang on.
There's drawings on the floor down
Sorry, all right. What the hell is this?
That
and
was
why
the
did I
butter
draw it?
situation.
Oh, right. Hang on, we're going to look and see what was it that Tuzzy wanted to draw.
I believe Tuzzy wanted Caraway and Tuzzy getting drunk together at your appearance.
Oh, right. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'm going to hold this up because this is worth showing. Yes, I was happily drawing Caraway and Tuzzy getting drunk at Eurofurence in my own inimitable style.
It's true.
But then Ursula Vernon, interrupted me and grabbed the pen and said, a bunny doesn't look like that. And I said, of course it does. A bunny's got the ear. So she grabbed the pen and drew this. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to draw a fox. And she's like, no, a fox looks like this. So this is...
I was less offended by the fox than by your failure to get a brandy snifter correct.
Oh, well, brandy snifter is kind of... I don't drink brandy. It's like a square...
No, it's like that.
It's a bowl.
It's a
like
bowl.
that margarita, banana rita bowl.
Anyway, so Ursula corrected my drawing. So this is Caraway. Yes, you can. It's on the camera. This is Caraway and Tuzzy. Anyway, that's them.
You're
Thank
giving
you.
people seizures.
I am. I'm sure. Okay. And and Caraway says, "Oh, it's gorgeous." You are obviously talking about my portion. I think that Ursula did a very good job on it as well. Thank you very much.
I don't need your pity.
Well, it's okay. It's
How come Doug isn't here?
Doug who? Doug O?
No.
I see
my.
that pun.
North
That was
Carolina
actually a
Doug.
really good pun, and I'm ashamed at how good that pun is.
What? Who said what?
He said it's live on pay-per-view, which is the...
And
it
Thank
was,
you.
That
Thank
was
you,
really
Jen.
a good
We're
one.
being punished
Are
now.
you live on pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view.
Paper.
Pay-per-view.
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 Oh.
See, it's a joke.
Okay.
Yep. And Caraway says, maybe you've had a bit too much. You think I've had a bit too much to
There's
drink?
no such thing.
Welcome to the Winestream. How many episodes have you seen, my boy? So I'm going to
Uncle
put this...
Kage
Now
say
he's had
something.
too much.
What? Where? Who says
Why
it?
is Uncle Kage saying say something?
Who? Where? Oh, no,
down at the
that's
bottom.
at the bottom. That's if I want to say something. If
I
I
see.
type, it'll... Yes. That's not me saying say something.
I was wondering why you were saying that.
You're not driving tonight, are you?
I'm walking.
You're not flying?
Not till tomorrow.
Great. Just checking.
8 hours, bottle of throttle.
Bottle of throttle.
Whoa, wait a minute, wait. Never mind, that did not go on camera. Nobody heard him say that. And
That's the
Jen
rule.
says he's always, okay, it is not a good idea to put the Bad Dragon microphone in front of the screen because I can't see
He
what people are
steals
saying.
all your booze.
What does Tianlong say?
He's always had, well, you have to say Tianlong, he's always had too much to drink, and conversely, me too little. That's the Tianlong voice you have to say.
Yes, there you
Tianlong,
go.
what time did you get home today?
Jen, what time did you get home from work? That's what we'd like to know.
Inquiring minds.
Do you like your new
Actually,
job?
technically, I'm working right now.
You are? Are you being paid?
I'm on call.
Yay!
My phone could go off at any time,
And you
It
would
Have
tell
to
could,
them
go
really.
back to the
and
hospital
I would
and take care
take
of
care
His
of
phone could go off at
admissions.
any time. Is that so?
like someone could call you ill and be like,
Yes.
my
My
bladder.
right arm just fell
I'm-
off. I'm going to say go to the ER.
I'm
Okay.
going to tell one of your stories, John, and I forgive me for hijacking one of your stories, but it's a story I like. I don't like it because of the
I
story.
like a lot of my
What did
stories.
All right.
Tianlong say?
John told
They
me a
was
story
home all
once.
day,
Because
but my
you
view
may
is-
not realize it looking at this drooling,
7
drunken
p.m.
idiot here, but he's actually a very witty man. He is, of course, a physician.
He's half right.
Yes, he's a... Yes. Anyway, he got a late night, like 3 a.m. phone call from a nurse when he was doing a rotation at a hospital saying, Dr. Mulvey, I should inform you, your patient, fill in the blank, has died. And John asked the lady, is the patient still going to be dead in the morning? And the lady replied, yes. And John said, good, call me then. And I thought that was very, very clever. Because, yes, it's sad the lady died, but did you really have to know at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Pretty much not.
Did they wake you up to tell you that?
Yeah.
Are you normally asleep at 3 in the morning?
No.
Okay, you're weird.
What are you doing at 3 in the morning?
Most of us are
woman?
normally asleep at 3 in the morning. I actually had a
I have
patient.
a new book out. I should
I,
send you a
I
copy.
had one of my patients call me
Oh, cool.
a couple of weeks ago
Yes.
at no kidding 3 in the morning.
Oh, hey.
I think this is when people's brains just
Make him
fry
give
out.
me your email,
and they can't make any
I will
Okay.
email you a
rational
copy of
decisions.
my latest
Called me at
book.
3 in the morning to tell me that
I
he
have
was
a
at a
problem
hospital
with-
that I do not have privileges at,
Yes.
that I cannot do anything about,
Yes.
and that he was there.
So, in other words, he's calling to simply inform
Oh,
you
yeah.
of this thing you cannot do anything about.
Yeah, and he clearly wanted to have a conversation about this. And I said, so Harry, you're calling me, why are you calling me at 3 in the morning to tell me
Oh,
you're
yeah, yeah.
at another hospital?
I have a horde of
And his
copy
response
editors.
was, oh, never mind, and he hung up.
I love doing that, and I love
Okay.
it when I get
I'm looking
responses
forward to
from
seeing him at my next visit.
authors.
Get the glove out. Get the glove out.
Yes,
Yes.
you need this.
Yes, you need this.
I will get the sandpaper
Yes,
glove.
get the second opinion while
I will
we're
get
at
the
it.
sandpaper
Yeah.
glove with, no, you don't
Those
get
Amazon.
lubricant because you're an HMO patient.
There's a specific Kindle email that you will need to, or you just give me your.
I just remembered something I was gonna
account
ask
of your Kindle account name, and I can send you a gift thing, and you'll be able to
No
read it.
idea what I get.
Excuse me, Miss Vernon,
Okay.
don't you have a new book out right now?
Yes.
Would you care to tell us about?
Yes,
It.
Sure. I just
This
came
was
out.
just completely
Lean in closer.
spontaneous that came up just now.
I was just offering it. The name is actually under T. Kingfisher. That is my pen name when I write for adults.
T. Kingfisher?
Oh,
Yes.
it's an adult
You
book.
write for grown-ups?
I do write for grown-ups.
Can we hear about
Is
the
it
adult
dirty?
book?
No, not
It's not
really.
that adult.
Has it got
I don't
jibbly
like
jobblies
dirty
in it?
books.
No, there's just a lot more violence and swearing.
Oh,
Well,
perfect.
that's
Keep
fine.
talking. Tell
Yeah.
these
Works
people
for
about
me.
it.
This
So it
one
is by T. Kingfisher.
Yes, this one is a fantasy novel, an assassin, a forger,
Lean
and
this
a
way. I can't
paladin.
see.
Cool.
An assassin,
You know
a
the
forger,
Red
and a paladin
Cobra?
go on a quest. And yeah, there's swearing.
It sounds like
and
a
weird
Frank
monsters.
Sinatra song.
No, it sounds like they were going to walk into a bar. An assassin,
I'm
a
in
cobra,
the
and a
middle of
paladin.
red
go on
Walk into
quest.
a bar.
That's literally But in fact, Fur Planet, who you know, I'm sure.
Oh,
is
yes,
one of the
yes,
publishers,
yes.
Their arm Argyle did the print versions of it. So,
Oh, perfect.
Yes, it is not super furry, but there are badger people because there's always
Badger
something
people?
Like that. Yeah.
Okay, where's
I
Boozy?
can
Are you
handle
out there?
that super furry.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we talking?
I'm in the middle of the psychological.
No, we're talking
thriller.
Badger people.
Badger.
Badger
Yep.
people.
Badger.
Yep.
Yes.
So you got inspired by the owner of the Ghibli Job. That's a different thing. You know about the Ghibli Jobblies.
No.
You know about the Ghibli Jobblies. You didn't hear about the
We
Ghibli
told that
Jobblies.
story earlier tonight.
Oh.
At Anthrocon, the
Good night,
famous
Sans.
Wednesday night incident,
Oh.
when the
vaguely.
individuals,
Good night, Angus
Ghibli
Lepus.
Jobblies, flew out during the fight.
Oh yes, that one.
Yes.
Yes.
Good night, furry trainer.
Oh, Furry Trainer, good night, dear. Thank you for
And
coming.
good night to Sans and
Oh, and
Angus
Sans, good night.
Lepus.
I'm just going to keep doing
Those
this
are the
forever.
Ghibli Jobbles that are still in the bag.
Good night, Tuzzle.
Not
They got
anymore.
pepper sprayed.
Not
Tuzzle,
anymore.
we need to fly together sometime.
They were sent to the Allegheny County Sheriffs
Okay.
with a very, very formal note from me saying, "Dear Officer Kisner, please find and close the purse, which was considered to be a portion of this thing. Also, a plastic bag containing those objects that I referred to in my previous email as the Ghibli Jobblies." Yes, I'll show it to you.
Yes.
There's something to be said for having a mastery of writing emails.
The big problem being they'd been doused in pepper spray, and somebody came into the lost and found office going, "What do I do with them now? They're pepper spray."
Yeah, yep.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
I like jalapeno peppers, but not a steady diet of them.
And not in my
a
eyes.
glossary, Sam, with the names of the authors.
What is this?
This furry nation. Is this yellow?
Also, that'd be awesome.
Fjord?
Huh, what?
Tuzzle, where
I'm
are
very
you?
confused.
Yeah, this is Sam.
Oh, yes, no, this
Because
is
if
this
you're
is
near an
the
airport, I can fly in there.
Definitive History of Furry Fandom written by Joe Strike.
Okay.
Yes, and it does
And
not
you
have a
did
gloss.
one.
I didn't do nothing.
Oh,
Joe
he
wrote it all.
just, I remember this. He critiqued Anthrocon.
Yes, he did. I thought he did a good job.
What was that lovely dish you had with copious amounts of pepper and the other day?
The other day? What?
Tans Longson.
I'm not sure.
Ramstein, a little bit of a challenge and a Mooney. I need ferry tanks to get there.
Yep. Chen is asking about the dish that I had. It was the fiery dragon in a cloud. I was at an Asian restaurant. I love the names they come up with. Come to think of it, John, you will find over here a book. I believe it's the hardcover book, the second one from the bottom. Could you pull that out? I'm going to show this to people. Anthrocon had.
That is fantastic.
Yes, we had an appearance in the book Conventional Wisdom by Mr. Arthur Drucker here. It is a study of conventions. What you see on the cover is the annual Abraham Lincoln Convention. You didn't know there was an annual Abraham Lincoln Convention, did you?
You're right about
It's
that.
on a top
Yep.
hat.
Well, let's see.
Aside from that, Mrs. Lincoln, did you like the play?
Yep. John, could you do me a favor? If you go into the lower right cabinet there, there's a piece of paper that says "Welcome Guest" that has the Wi-Fi on it. So this lovely
What's your
book,
Wi-Fi here?
John is taking care of that, dear. This lovely book has all sorts of things. Yeah, that's it. About various conventions, but Anthrocon got a lovely write-up in this. Unfortunately, right after the Of Human Bondage convention, and the World Clown Association convention is in here. Would you give that, please, to the nice
Someone
lady
just
back
asked, what is the title of my new release? It is called Clockwork Boys. You can get it on Amazon.
there? Yes. Does that look creepy to you? How do you think they think of
If
first?
there's clowns.
Yep. But these good folks did a wonderful write-up on Anthrocon. Here we go. They unfortunately got pictures of some people I wish they hadn't gotten pictures of. But Let's see.
I figured it would be.
Oh yes, the taxidermy. Yes, the taxidermy convention is immediately before Anthrocon in this. But
Man,
if you do want to
if I
pick the
had
book up, it's a wonderful coffee table book. There's a whole section on Anthrocon in this, and there's a bunch of words, and then we get to the good part, the pictures of the fursuits, and then we got like plus two different worlds and that, and then you've got I love this guy, Business Wolf there, and then you have we're not going to show them that picture. They don't need to see that picture. There, okay, more pictures. See, it's a cool book because. Not only are we in it, but I never knew there was an Abraham Lincoln convention. It would be really cool. I mean, can you imagine like all these Abraham Lincolns in the room trying to outdo each other 7 years ago? That would be so cool.
The Ford Theater Lincoln creeps out the rest of them, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's just being okay. Here we've got Rave Lincoln. Yeah, this is at the
Rave Lincoln?
Yes, this is at the Abraham Lincoln Convention's annual rave. As you can see, they're having their rave here, right? They got the unce going, and that's Abe and Mrs. Oh, there's the Mrs. Lincolns coming in. There's the one gentleman here that I would swear is Hispanic. I never saw a Spanish Abraham Lincoln before, but
why not?
Well,
Hispanic fur.
Well, no, not a Hispanic Abraham Lincoln.
There's a big Brazilian.
No, Abraham Lincoln's not furry.
Oh yes, and they have BronyCon in here too. Okay.
Well, that's not quite furry.
Yeah, well, it's
Bronies. I have a hard time.
Oh yes.
accepting
bronies.
You'll start a holy war if you go on.
We have the ventriloquist convention is in here. The convention of people with. Oh my God! That's a very frightening ventriloquist dummy. I'm sorry.
They're all frightening. Ventriloquist dummies are.
They're inherently okay. Now this
That
one's
one's okay.
classy.
That's
This
good.
one is classy.
It looks like him.
Yes, if you're gonna have a ventriloquist dummy, you should have a classy ventriloquist dummy. Let's pull this up here, so we can see ourselves. And then, what do you mean? This looks like Anthrocon's fursuit photo.
No, that looks like the last thing you see before you die.
I beg to differ. I think it's wonderful. Oh,
Actually, it's the last thing you see before all the ventriloquists
okay.
the
die.
Santa celebration.
We
have the POW MIA Santas here.
I
The Dorsai Santas, I guess. That's what it looks. The Dorsai Santas.
Kevin,
We
come look at
caught
this.
Kevin. It is the Santa drill team, is what it
Let me
says.
see them. Let me see. Oh,
Yes, the Dorsai Santas.
oh shit! Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's the Dorsai Santas. Yep.
Let me
Where
see,
did they get
Sam.
the red fucking?
I don't know.
berets?
Here's-
That's
here's-
kind of awesome.
Wait a minute. That's not Rennie, is
great.
it?
No, that's not right. Hold on. Let me see
That
the list.
is Rennie.
It's the.
That's not Rennie. That's not Rennie.
no,
That's Rennie.
It might be. You're right.
No, that's fucking Rennie. I recognize that bitchy
you
look
in
on his
there?
face. No, God, no. I've only been in the
The Santa drill team, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. What
Oh
else
my
do we
God!
have?
Hold on, I gotta text him.
Rennie
Yep.
is an archetype, people.
Yes, would you let your child sit on Santa's lap? Here we are. Okay. Wow.
I take
okay.
care of some professional Santas.
Here we have
Okay,
Tex
that's
Santa.
classy. That's classy.
Well, the one on the right or the one on the left?
The one with the giant longhorn on his track.
Yeah. Well, what about Rocket Santa here, with his rocket sled?
Eh.
He's from North Korea.
Okay, the giant lawn gnome is.
Okay, we're not going to look. No, we're not going to look at this one. We're going to keep
I kinda
passing
like
by.
those.
No, we're going to.
Okay.
World Clown
Wait,
Association.
hang on.
What?
We went from the Clown Association.
Characters are characters who have.
I don't know what that one is.
This
Sweetie,
can't
why
pass-
are you telling Brooke to deal
What is
with
this, a
me
World
when
War
I'm
I
running
con?
style
Oh, no,
right
these
now?
are Weekend Warriors.
Weekend Warriors. Okay.
It was complicated.
Yes, please do not wear this to a furry convention, please.
see.
Thank you. We are not wearing this to a furry convention.
Do not wear that to a
Yes,
furry
thank you
convention.
very much. We are not going to wear that to. You cannot. Please do not wear this to a furry convention either. You'll give me nightmares. Okay, I think we've had enough. Thank you very much, Sean. You can put that book back. Thank you.
I'm going to have to look through this and see what I want to wear to the next.
I did. You weren't paying attention.
She was helping me out.
Tuzzy is stationed in Ramstein.
There's a closet.
Du hast mich.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
And they get it.
Okay. Let's see. When yes, when Santa goes for the naughty list.
One of the fans
All right, what other books do I got here?
How many of those books do you have stories in?
Half of them.
I haven't read. You haven't told me a whole bunch of them.
I've given you all the damn
You
books.
never have.
Oh, there's this one. There's this one. One of my favorite books. Swallow This, for all you wine connoisseurs out there. The Progressive Approach to Wine. I worship the man who wrote this book because this is what drinking wine is all about. There you
Are
go.
you in that book?
I got an entire chapter in this book. Are you kidding? You're telling me? Okay.
What chapter would you have?
What?
What chapter would you have?
Oh, it's in the appendix under Avoid This Man.
Oh yeah, right there. Avoid this man.
Yeah.
This man knows nothing about what he's talking.
What?
That would be the one.
What else we got here? Who's this? I can't remember. That's another sake book. That's
So you can understand
what's
I can move.
no, we're not. You can stay
That
where the
takes
hell
all
you
the
are.
challenge out of
Yeah,
it.
that's a bunch of things. And this. I should do something with this. This is a lovely little sketchbook from Noodles the Sneck. Noodles the Sneck was a very, very wise young lady. She put her name and phone number in the front of her sketchbook.
Oh, her phone number.
Yeah, but then she did not get any sketches, so when I found out it was her sketchbook, I called her and said, Noodles, you have left your sketchbook. And she said, that's okay, there's no sketches in it, you can keep it. So when I run out of pages in my sketchbook, I am going to use Noodles the Sneck's sketchbook, and I am going to do my sketches in this.
Okay.
The Sneck, yes. It's a Sneck.
That's a snack.
Yep.
Not a sneak.
No, that would be
No
silly.
step on Sneck.
That would be silly.
That's backwards
Yep.
Ken's.
Yeah, nothing you've said so far is silly.
It's like, yeah, I am Sneck.
That's Ken's backwards book.
Has anyone told you to stop talking yet? No.
Who said that? No, are you kidding?
No, they
Far
get
too many
upset
people
when
here.
He goes off.
Well, I get upset when he goes off too, but only if he's going off on me. Going off, not different.
Tazi, I don't
Different
actually
key
have
verb.
Telegram, but I'm on Facebook if that helps.
It's not. No, you're right. It's not Sneck. It's Danger Noodle. A Sneck is officially known as a Danger Noodle.
Danger Noodle.
Yeah, Danger Noodle.
Danger Noodle.
Yes.
Ken
Yep.
Long is a noodle dragon.
Sneck is backwards Ken.
Ken's.
Well, you aren't supposed to analyze that.
Yes.
A noodle
Don't
dragon
try to
has
analyze what
noodles.
furries say.
A Chinese noodle dragon.
Well, in
he has
Pokemon,
noodles
Ekans, the
that
snake, is
come
actually
down
snake
the way.
backwards.
Yeah, it
so-
took me years to figure that out.
And did you realize that Arbok was Cobra backwards?
Yeah.
Hodo.
How very clever. And the thing is, they just say their name all over this place.
Yeah, constantly, yeah.
This is Pinky.
Wait, well, there was the one episode where they subtitle the Pokemon, and it turns out Bulbasaur is like this super traumatized, bitter soul who's convinced he's going to be abandoned at any moment.
Well,
the humans will never come back for him.
There was recently a cartoon, people pointing out, he's a plant, right?
He's a dinosaur plant, yeah.
But does he die in the winter?
Oh, which is an interesting question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Should I apologize?
Because that was what some of the other...
Should I apologize for analyzing it?
No!
what are you
It's a
analyzing?
Winestream.
Sneck.
Oh, no. Of all the things that have been said on this Winestream, I do not think analyzing Sneck needs an apology.
They did. Somebody is asking, Jackal is asking, the new name I gave to Sergals. This was in Seattle. Sergals have been called many things, bark sharks, but I decided that Sergals, since they've got a draconian characteristic to them,
What the hell's a Sergal?
you don't
It's
know what
the
a Sergal
opposite
is.
of a rectangle. It's like
Basically,
round.
a Sergal is, it looks...
2 pi r.
It looks like a furry dragon sort of thing, but they have very, very angular heads, like a pie wedge. In fact, if you get 6 Sergals together, nose to nose, they look like a wheel of cheese.
Okay.
So I decided that Sergals should be known as angle dragons.
Look at that.
You know, capitalizing on the whole angel dragon thing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. And what's going on here? Oh, no, apparently Bulbasaur is an evergreen. So that makes it, yeah.
Okay, but what about Gloom? 'Cause
Gloom. Who's Gloom?
Gloom is Gloom. Gloom starts as Oddish,
Yeah.
and then turns into Gloom, and then turns into not Blossom if you use the stone, but the other one, which is based on the Rafflesia, the big corpse flower. And those only flower like once a year if you're lucky. Sometimes they take a lot longer. So presumably this Pokemon would be wandering around headless when he was not in flower.
No, this is in Germany.
It's a problem, Kage, damn it!
Apparently. Moving right along, what are other people talking about?
Thank you, Mothmark Vileplume. Thank you.
Apparently gloom is what happens when you ingest shroom.
No, if you ingest the right kind of shrooms, gloom is the last thing you've got.
And
But Vileplume, you are absolutely correct, Moth. Thank you.
Yep. And Hayashi Night Dragon says, "Oh, hello, Night Dragon. Chauchi-bai. What? Oh, his phone talked to me. I was going to say, what the heck is that all about? I also learned how to say, "Simi-sai." Anyway, we're learning Singaporean here. Let's see. And Moth Monarch says, "I did a shit ton of Pokemon as a kid." Well, I'm glad you gave it up. It's illegal in Canada. They will bust you for that, so I'm glad you've gotten it out of your system. And Night Dragon
Before
says,
you
"Wah,
could be tried as an
Simi-sai."
adult.
Yep. Wah liao eh. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting a little,
Sober?
what's the opposite? And Chen says, "Oh, speaking of creatures running around in Canada, did you see the moose on the loose?" Okay, stop. Everybody stop. Jen, what are you talking about, the moose on the loose? Do you know what he's talking about?
Well, it's probably a video of a
Moose
moose
on the loose.
rampaging
Some-
through Canada.
somebody look
They
it
have
up.
a lot of those.
We have not seen the moose on the loose, Jen. You must
I've not seen
explain
this
this.
specific moose on the
Tuzzy, I just sent you a message.
Oh, hi, Tuzzy. And what? Hi, Tuzzy. Hey. There's a wild moose running around Canada on the loose. Okay.
There's a lot of them. That's where moose live. There's thousands.
Yeah, it's like you just told me there's a guy wearing flannel in Manitoba. Could you narrow this down a little bit, please?
Although I am reminded of a friend of mine giving me advice about moose hunting.
Oh, there is a mild... What?
What?
No, you've only just taken up deer hunting, lady. You got to work yourself up to it.
Well,
There are no moose in this.
I wasn't going out. I'm not trying to get a moose in our backyard. No, his advice was that the place you normally see a moose is in a swamp. But, because moose hang out in swamps.
Okay.
But if you shoot the moose in the swamp, then you are in a swamp trying to
Grab the
get
other one if you could.
1,000 pounds of moose out of a frozen swamp. And this is terrible. So, really, the moose that is in the swamp is not the moose you want. And this was like a parable for life. Don't shoot moose in swamps. This is wisdom, Kage.
Outside, yes. By the way,
This portion of the Winestream is brought to you by Leninade. Yes, a taste worth standing in line for. Get hammered and sickled with Leninade.
oh, lemonade. That's supposed to be really good.
Well, I'll tell you what, open it for me. Let's find out.
Can't.
You can't. What are you, weak?
No, drunk.
I like that man. He's got the right answers to the right questions.
Sweetie, it's a good
Oh,
thing you're
and
driving
Chen is
home.
saying, is Ursula giving us the script for her next book?
No, my next book is about sexy enchanted swords.
Sorry, the lid just, the cap just went under your
It's
entertainment
okay.
center. Okay, good.
We are going to try Leninade.
Let me have a hit.
Leninade, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not easy.
Yeah! Ah! That's pretty good, actually.
From the triangle. They like to dress up in
It is a taste worth waiting in line for.
It's basically fruit punch that'll fuck you up.
Yes.
With lemon. There's lemon in it.
It's got Nina Nan and Leninade.
Beware the repressed Communist Party animal who's really a proletarian in denial, masquerading as a bourgeoisie Cold War monger.
Is that alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
I don't think it matters at this point.
Honestly, I'm.
Would you like a sip, dear?
Yeah, where is that picture taken?
I don't.
Oh, this is
think it's-
Pullen Park.
No, it is not alcoholic, so it won't even fuck you up. It's just disgusting.
Well, how about this? We've got a bottle of Cock and Bull.
Yeah.
haven't been there a whole lot.
Which portion would you like, dear?
I
Oh, it says a Moscow Mule mixer since 1946. The extra ginger soft drink.
I do love
Shall we?
Moscow Mules.
Yes, brought to you, ladies and gentlemen, by Cock and Bull Ginger Beer. Prost.
Salud.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That good, huh?
Yeah, it's strong.
Woo!
This
Man, that'll get you through the Siberian winters.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
More?
You want more? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
This is the sort of stuff you drink when you're sick, and it just like burns the illness out
Yes,
of you.
yes,
Yeah.
nothing can survive this.
And if you added vodka, it would be even
Oh,
better.
come on. It tastes like Kool-Aid. Come on.
But you
We're
haven't tried
drinking
Cock and
different
Bull.
things.
I'm clearly not drinking the same thing you are.
No, you're trying the Leninade. We're trying the Cock and Bull.
Lemonade. It's
Yes,
it's rather like not quite blood colored, but
If your blood is that color, I think you
Oh,
should
wait a
see
minute,
a
wait a minute.
doctor.
that's why I say not quite blood colored.
Ursula, if you look that little thing on the ground there with all the things, there is a black flashlight in there. Do you see it? Like a little black pen light?
Yes.
Yes, bring that over here if you could, please.
You're not going to do one of those things where we see all the stains in the
Possibly, I have a UV flashlight here. Let's see. Oh, it's not really doing anything. I'm kind of curious what it'll do with the Leninade. Absolutely nothing. Okay, that's science, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, just had to figure that out. All right.
I was using one of those to track blood trail.
A blood. Oh, you're so high tech as an alpha predator. Okay, so I want to get back to this. You started it. Okay, you are now the deer hunter. I wanted to.
No,
like,
that's the one really unsettling movie with the Russian roulette scene.
Yes, I was going to sneak up behind you and shout, "Mao, Mao, Dee Dee Mao," and see what you did. But
Probably screamed and dropped whatever I was carrying.
the deer at the time, yeah. Yes, and Jen Long says, if you look at the ingredients, I'm sure the first one is dye. And it might well be. Silver Ganemon is switching over to the Dragon Show. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Dragon Show is going on now. I do not want to go up against the Dragon Show, which is Alkali and his crew. This is probably a very good
Since
time.
you look like Alkali right now.
I'm not tall enough, I'm not Jewish enough.
Make him here.
Yes, if all you saw was like from here down, that's Alkali. Yeah?
There's Alkali. Yeah,
All right.
right about there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do invite you to go and visit the Dragon Show because those are actual, real, professional comedians, unlike this gaggle of homeless people who just showed up
Hey,
in my
I
condominium
got a
tonight.
home. It's just 300 miles from here.
Yeah.
I had to get an airplane to get here.
All right. So this is probably a good opportunity. We would like everybody who is watching tonight, first off, thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for coming tonight and joining this August gathering. It's not August, it's November, whatever.
But we're very august.
We are very August. Please switch over to the Dragon Show. The good folk over there would be very, very happy to see you. But for the nonce, we are going to say good night and God bless.
And that's
Did I push the right button? I pushed the wrong button. I'm trying to push.
I push the stop.
Help
streaming.
me! It's light. Is that it?